Greetings, this is Blind Fury, your GM for today, and we are coming to you live with a brief content warning. Please remember that whether you're listening to this live on one of our streams or later on one of our YouTube channels, that this production features real gamers in unscripted gaming. That means you may encounter bad language, uncomfortable situations, or offensive material. We apologize in advance. We want to have a good time, and we want you to have a good time too. So please use viewer discretion when viewing this material or showing it to other people. Thank you from Everyone Games and Knights of the Braille. In a far-off land, in a bygone age, a group of poorly prepared reprobates is about to set out on the worst adventure of their lives. Monsters have been savaging the countryside, destroying border forts, and ravaging local towns. These poor souls have been tasked with finding out why and stopping them at their source. Little do they know that they are about to undertake the 1976 Origins Dungeons & Dragons tournament scenario Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. Everyone Games and Knights of the Braille present
Blind Dungeon 2. Now, with extended dungeoning.
Charity partners include StackUp.org and Everyone Can. Music and sound effects by Strange Gillette, Plate Mail Games, and Dark Raven Games. Buckle up. It's about to get rough. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Blind Dungeon 2, now with extended dungeoning. As the introduction says, I am your GM for today, Blind Fury. I am controlling the volume and all the sounds, and anything technical is probably my fault. So we're going to bump this volume down a bit so that people can hear it, and we're going to go through some basic introductions here. As a brief reminder, this is live streamed, like the content warning says, so this is totally unscripted. Be aware that we're not editing this, and it's going out in real time. We are currently here at Everyone Games and Knights of the Braille, doing this at least in part to sponsor two excellent charities, Everyone Can and StackUp.org. Two excellent causes. If you're watching this on live stream or looking at this later, take a look at some of the donation links in Tiltify and other options. Please support us, or not, as you can or can't. Either way, the content's going out, and we really hope you enjoy it, and thanks for showing up today. Today, we are going to be playing Dungeon World, and although we are going to be running a Dungeons & Dragons scenario, Dungeon World is a hacked story-based system that uses a 2d6 roll. When you add a modifier, if the result is 6 or less, you fail. If it's 7 to 9, you get success, but with consequences. So you get a little bit, but maybe a little bit of what you don't want, and 10 or above is typically an unqualified success. And to start us off today, I'm going to go around the table and we're going to introduce each of the players and their characters. Let's start with, here we're going to look at Brad, alias Dodge the Thief today. Brad, say hi, introduce yourself, and tell us anything you want us to know within less than 30 seconds to a minute.
Hey there, everyone. I'm Brad. I'm playing Jamie Dodger, aka the Dodge. He's a thief. He's a bit shifty. He's doing a good 50 Shades of Grey impression with his clothes, very sort of darkened clothes, maybe a few bloodstains on there. But yeah, he's been working on his personal skills, and he's looking to have some fun.
Thanks, Brad. Let's go around, and we're going to hit up Liam, our fighter Strotmath from our last game. Say hi, Liam.
Hi, everyone. I'm Liam, and it's a pleasure to be back for another year of this. And I'm really excited. Strotmath is back. Hopefully, we're going to ask. Oh my gosh, I had planned this. We're gonna ask some people some questions because I wield an axe and can't talk. So yeah,
That is
interesting.
great. Liam, do you have any social or media links you want people to know about before we start going?
I am on Twitter. Liam Irvin, LIAMERVEN. Also on YouTube, do a lot of accessibility advocacy and a lot of Jackbox and fun stuff like that.
Yeah, Jackbox.
And I am here on Twitch as well, and I am chat. So say hi, please.
Woo! All right, let's go over to Paul, alias Frank and Rick, the Ranger and Hawk team. One of which is a player, and one of which is the assistant. We will let you decide.
Hey everyone, Paul. Excited to be back. I will be playing Frank the Ranger, a very wild-looking man with twigs sticking out of his hair, and on his shoulder is his trusty hawk, and also his best friend because he lives alone in the woods. Doesn't have too many of those. So be on the lookout. He'll probably be talking to a couple of animals this year as well.
All right, and as long as you're talking about animals, let's move on to Jim, alias Rayner Littke, or Ray, the halfling druid who walks around with moose ears and moose antlers as his animal sign. Say hi, Jim, and let us know about anything we need to know about you.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Jim. I'm going to be playing Rayner. Yeah, the little halfling, half swamp donkey druid for the team. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Matt.
And Richard, the Elven wizard for us today. Say hi, Richard, while I whip up some magic for you.
Well, hey Richard. Hey baby. My name is Daelwyn. I'll be playing the elf wizard of the group, and it is my goal and task to get Strotmath to drink coffee instead of his ale and other alcohol.
I don't think that's going to be happening there, Dylan. But nice try.
But it won't kill your liver.
And we're already into it, folks. So, today's adventure is going to be Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. I'm just going to briefly start off with an explanation of where you are and what's going on, and then we are going to jump right into it. A quick note for anyone who's watched last year's adventure or played other games with me, including Sprawl through Knights of the Braille. Typically, I run these types of events as very short, compact stories, which may or may not make it in 3 hours to the end of the objective. Today, we are not going to do that. We are going to face you guys with a bunch of puzzles and an actual dungeon that you have to go through. And the objective is to get out or survive and see how far you go in the next 3 hours. It is both an endurance, a role-playing, and a gaming test. So, just be aware there's less narrative in this case, and it's going to be more real gamers set up against an interesting scenario that's been adapted to the system. That being said, you are in the Duchy of Geoff. As the introduction put forward, strange monsters have been discovered lately, and they have been ransacking towns and border forts. This is a particularly wild region in which most people don't go except the very brave or those seeking to brave the frontier and cut their own piece of land out of the woods and wilds. You're in a halfling village right now, and you've been paid, or will be paid, at the end of this, an even larger amount of money should you be able to figure out what's going on and stop it. Bonus for that. To that end, the Duke has decided, and so is the King, that it's cheaper to compensate adventurers and get them some support staff than it is to call out the entire army to kill off the problem. So, you, unlike most of your adventures, you have some upfront support. Now, as is appropriate when we give people support, most of their NPCs are red shirts, which means I won't be giving them a name. If the player wants to, they can. I'll be referring to them as their title, as in Fighter 1 or Defender 1. Each one of our characters here has players has picked out a group of support staff, which may or may not benefit them in the upcoming scenario. It's up to them to do so. These are fairly high-level support staff at level 6, so they provide pretty decent benefits. Strotmath has opted in this scenario to choose a warrior to help him attack and a shield defender to help him defend against being hit. Very optimal place, very dwarfish decision. We also have, let's see here. We have Dodge. Dodge, you picked a burglar to help you find traps and a shield, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All
I believe
right.
that the burglar is going to be known as Cameron, as in Cameron Fodder.
Cameron fodder. The puns, they've already started. All right. And then we have our Daelwyn, who has picked an adept to help him cast spells, and I think he took a shield defender as well. Does that match your recollection, Daelwyn? Do you have any comments about your support staff?
Well, I call my shield baby, so every time that I go to use it, I go, "Hey, baby," and it pops right up in front of me.
Don't say that when I'm taking a drink, man.
Okay,
Jeez.
let me know when you're taking a drink, and I'll go,
I
"Hey,
did
baby."
not expect that. All right, Frank. I can't make this stuff up. I think you took a burglar and a shield as well, if I remember correctly.
Yes, a burglar and a shield. They're actually twins named Tom and Tim, and I'm constantly getting them confused.
Okay, so will I. So that's method acting there. Love it. And for last, Mr. Littke has gone rogue in this case and taken the renegade choice and has picked a minstrel and a cleric.
Yeah.
Which should be interesting.
In Halfling fashion, they're going to be members of his extended family who've come along.
I got two so the rest of these guys are probably humans and half elves. And if you just like pull these guys randomly off the street and they've just decided to go with Uncle Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them's my nephew Igor, who is very tall for a halfling, which makes him a short human. So.
All right. We should note here as well that each of these characters from the last game in Blind Dungeon 1 from last year has been leveled up to level 2, which gives them an extra move and a +1 to some of their attributes. Some people have decided to maximize their hit points. Other people have decided to minimize their minuses, and a couple other people have decided to add another stat that gives them an extra +1. We will see if that's good enough. So, in this particular scenario, your crew has been rounded up. There are 5 adventurers, each with 2 staff, for a total of 15 people that are going to be running on this little adventure. And let's move out. After a day of moving, you've been run into one of the scouts that was sent out before. And there was actually a group before you, about 5 or 6 adventurers that was sent out, and only one of them has returned. Slive, a halfling of very low repute, was the only one to make it back from the reputed source. And you now have a chance in this here village to interview him before you go. Slive is being held at the local healer's den and is apparently having adjustment problems. His body may be back to full health, but his mind is not. All you can hear from the room where he's being kept is, "No, no, no, no! Don't make me go back! Don't make me go back! The eyes, oh, the tongues, oh, the leaking." Who wants to begin the interview?
I can't.
Yeah.
Daelwyn walks in. "It's all right, baby. I've had adventures like that myself. I don't want to go back to them either, if you know what I mean."
Yeah, don't make me go back, misters. Don't make me go back. And this poor halfling has lost most of the fur on his feet. His eyes are bugged out in either direction. He has livid scars on the top of his head, and you can tell he's got defensive wounds that have been healed all over his forearms. He's struggled in holding up the bed linens in front of him and holding it and curled around it in a fetal position. Whatever's gotten to him has really traumatized the poor little guy. No, and he's shaking back and forth, just saying, "No, don't make me, don't make me." No.
Ray will put a hairy hand on him and say to the other halfling, You need to tell us what it was, what attacked you, so that we can go and get it for you and get some revenge.
It was huge. It was huge. The eyes. It was fine until it started the licking. Oh God, I thought it was gonna get me. And then, oh, the noises, the plants, the splashing plants. Oh, there was no way out. I didn't have a choice.
I look over to everyone. I say, "Did you say licking?"
I think it sounds like some kind of elven sex club or something. I don't know. Quite strange.
It does, baby.
He
It
said
sounds
something
like
about the noises, didn't he?
it sounds like the Pointy Ear Club over on 3rd Avenue.
Didn't Dodge mention something about some 50 Shades of Grey stuff earlier? So, could be possible.
That's totally, that's totally off topic.
There's a reason Dodge is out of money and needs to go on this adventure.
We don't talk about that, do we, Dodge? That was a very, very bad time, or
No,
very good
no.
time, depending on
No,
which
no.
way you look at it.
That's going to be a
Does
secret club, you know?
anyone have like a power or a move that could maybe calm this halfling in any way? Maybe
Yeah.
some flute playing would help, GM.
There are some options you can do here. So the base moves, there are, you can do parlay if you have leverage over it. If you want to trigger one of those. Other people in the group may have certain social skills which will help with that. I believe your dwarf actually has a skill that lets him use, I believe it was Constitution, to parlay if he drinks with the person. And that's a racial ability of dwarves. Don't ask me.
We could try that. I mean, if he's a little thirsty, we could get him a drink and see if he wants to talk a little bit.
It was so wet and
a lullaby.
I can't help the sound of the licking. And the banging on the glass. And the eyes.
There. Why don't you calm down a little bit and have yourself a drink, and we can talk about it?
A drink?
Yeah, you thirsty there, little fella?
No water ever again. No, I never want to get near water. No.
Oh, I was thinking about something a little stronger than water.
Water? Nothing to water.
No, I was thinking about some ale.
Ale's nice. Ale's be
Because
fine.
it'll ale you. See.
This is not a time for a joke, sir. I lost my sense of humor in the darkness.
Oh. Okay, well, why don't you have a little ale then?
All right.
All right.
You gonna get him a tankard and have him drink up?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. So, your Constitution, I believe, is one of your highest stats at a. Let's see. What did you put that at? I think at a 15. So you have a +1. Would you like to roll your parlay, or would you like me to do it for you?
I'll have you just roll that.
All right. Right in the chat. Let's see here. 2d6 + 1. Do. 11! That is awesome. You have an outstanding success. Well, the little guy slowly begins drinking, and then drinking some more, and drinking.
Uh-oh.
And I think you failed to account for the fact that for his size, that's a lot of alcohol. I don't think the medical establishment around here has really accounted for the fact that in this one case, drinking can probably be described as a soporific that he seems a little bit more steady, a little bit more calm. He's got a little more confidence.
Okay.
What do you you've offered him something here. What are you trying to get? What are you trying to get back? What do you promise? You're promising that you're going to go out and you're going to deal with the monsters for him.
Yep.
What are you asking in return?
What do you think, guys? They'll find out what he knows. Find out what he saw. What's so bad?
Well, I want to find out where he was at so I can go. I mean, so that we can solve his problems.
Now, I want to know what was doing all this licking, because that makes me real uncomfortable, and we got to figure that out before we go down there.
All right. So, little Slive shakes his head.
No, can I tell you? I promise not to ever take me there. Not to make me go there. No, not ever. And never talk about this again. Ever. Okay? Okay?
Okay, listen. We ain't going to take you down there. We're not gonna but we need to know about it, so we can go take care of it for you.
Okay. Now, I went with the group. I didn't want someone who could, find stuff and see traps before they came. I did it because my Uncle Taz before me, he did stuff like this. And we went there. And there was the big hill. It seemed okay. There was like a metal wall. And there was a hole in the top. And then, it was fine at the beginning. We went in. And we found there were doors. They had I think they were doors. There were like metal plates all over the place. And we couldn't find anything. There were skeletons on the floors and in some of the rooms. You could get in through some of the things would slide open. And all you found was broken furniture and skeletons. I don't mind dead people. I like my ancestors. I'm even down in the graveyard praying sometimes. This is worse. And there's a hole in the ground. And there's a metal tube. It had little handles, I think. And we climbed down. Bob lost his grip and fell and broke his leg. We used our last potion. We didn't think we'd need a potion. We used it to get Bob back up on his feet. Poor Bob. And we went to the bottom because Bob was there. And he said if we wasted the potion, we needed to get at least our money back. And we knew we're A-class adventurers. We're ready. We went into the bottom. And we found this room. Bob had this thing. I don't know what it was. It was this little colored square or something. And he put it on the door. And it opened. There was a beautiful garden. And we went to the middle. I can't think about it. We went to the place. And we were looking around. And there was the glass. It was beautiful. There's water and fish and plants everywhere. And we thought it was a blank wall, but it wasn't. It was ice. And it saw us. And it started to lick the glass. And it looked at us. And Bethany ran. Bethany was my friend. The plant got her. He pulled her up inside. And we couldn't get her out. Then, Bob got us to this one spot. It was clear. It didn't look like anything was in there. It was just like broken cages. But there was something there. It was shiny and gold. I used to like gold. It bit his leg off. You can't heal that. We ran. And my friends and I, we found another tube. We got... And the metal man came for us. He said, would you like some food? And then he shoved a whole potato down her throat and killed her. It was terrible. And he said, we have the best food in town, and shoved another down her throat. It was horrible. We were running out. And Jack, Jack stopped. He saw a necklace on the skeleton and grabbed it, and I looked ahead because I was just supposed to be the scout. And the door fell between us, and I couldn't get back. And then I could feel it coming for me. This darkness from one of the walls. It was seeping out, and I ran. And the door, the tube had let me out. And that's when the King's Guard found me. Don't make me go back! I can't take the licking! No!
And at this point, he's absolutely inconsolable and is just rocking back and forth, banging his head slowly into the cup that you gave him, full of ale and grog. So, yeah, he's insensate at this point.
So, Daelwyn, do you understand why I think ale is better than coffee now? You would have never got any there with coffee.
He's pounding his head into the cup. You see what you did to him? It's all your fault again.
I think it's much better than what they did to him.
This is true. We need to help this little fella.
We're gonna go have to check this out, aren't we?
I think so. And Daelwyn looks in the shield.
Probably.
Hey, baby, what do you think?
I don't get paid to think.
Okay.
Probably bring this little guy along so he can see us perform vengeance on his attackers. Like,
Good thing we're prepared. It sounds like some serious stuff.
I think he'd be more of a hindrance if we carry him with us because all he talks about is the licking in the eyes and.
Well, there's no way we can bring him with us.
Exactly. He'd be a menace.
most people enjoy that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he's you could also, just by looking at him, you guys can tell that he's pretty well lost it. He's cried himself to sleep just in the time that you guys have been sitting here, like for the last couple seconds. He's just worn out. You guys have been on adventures before. It's dark, it's scary, your adrenaline runs, and after you've had like 6 hours of straight adrenaline pumping and death and screaming, even if you come away with a big score and a lot of money, I mean, that's probably why some people go to the Shades of Grey Club. You got to put different memories in your heads. Yeah, questionable choice, but everyone deals with that post-traumatic stress in different ways.
Listen, not everyone's built for this adventuring game, all right? It's difficult out there. Sometimes you see your buddy murdered with a potato, messes you up a little bit. We've all been there. But whatever this is, I feel like we got to go find out, right? This whole area is in danger until this is taken care of.
Okay.
You guys are right. I still his ale as we leave.
It's gone. It's just a cup. It's empty. You can take it if you want. He's out cold. All right. Dodge, never losing a chance to gain equipment and profit.
Sticky fingers, right? Yeah.
Sure. Sticky wicket, etc. All right. Jammy Dodge, sir. It is time for you guys to pack up your gear. We have left you with the starting gear from the first startup. So you have starting adventuring gear, which is what you've been provided. And everyone has selected their spells for the day, and I'm sure is aware of what they're doing. Is that correct? I think you have 3 first-level spell slots there, Daelwyn. Do you have a particular?
Yes.
Do you know which spells you have memorized? You have 4, if I remember correctly, available to you.
Charm Person, Magic Missile, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them right here though.
Okay.
The adventuring kit, please, quickly.
Sure. I'll get that while Daelwyn is figuring things out for you.
Yeah,
Let's
contact
see here.
spirits.
That's what you're going with? All right.
Yes.
All right. So, Dodge, you start with Dungeon Rations, 5 uses. Leather Armor, which gives you 1 armor. 3 uses of your chosen poison. Remember, you picked the upgrade that lets you apply it to your weapons, and it still works. You picked Golden Root, which is effectively Charm Person. And you have 3 uses of that. 10 coins. You have a dagger and short sword. The 3 throwing daggers. Adventuring gear, 1 weight. That lets you draw up to 3 useful things at a time of your choosing. Right now, you have 3 uses, and that is your equipment. Just so everyone's aware, in this system, adventuring gear, which most of you probably have, is not a specific piece of gear. It's 3 specific pieces of gear that you can identify later when you need it. And when you run out of those uses, you have that gear, and you lose the components of the adventuring gear, and you had to buy more packs. So it's essentially it's a deck of pack of 3 useful things that you get to decide at the time, assuming that you properly prepared for the adventure. Anyone else? Questions? Daelwyn, you just have the 3 spells memorized, is that right?
Yes.
Did you want to memorize any of them twice, or all 3 once?
All 3 once.
All 3 once. All right, going for the utility pack.
Yes.
Any other questions or concerns before we move on to the entrance?
All good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to what Slythe is referred to as the licking. All right. So, in the forest outside of this location, you guys look around, and you can you travel there throughout a day, a couple days actually, but with the assistance of the Duke's men, a cleared road, and good horses and travel companions, it doesn't take that long to get here. What you see is pretty much what Slythe described. In front of you is a big hill. It's a little oblong, and it doesn't look like it's entirely natural, but in the center of it, you can see a section where it looks like there's been a mudslide or some sort of erosion, and you can see that something has been exposed as the earth and rocks and other things have pushed away. There's a section of what looks some sort of shiny metal that you've never seen before. And on the bottom, there's what looks like a big metal circle with hinges. And it is closed. And then there's a smaller circle above it on the hill that appears to currently be open. Again, matching what Slythe told you. And this is the point where you guys get to decide what you're going to do. I can go around the group, or do you want to conventionally just talk amongst yourselves?
I think we can just talk. Is that cool, guys?
It's cool with me.
All right. Yeah, there's 2 hatches. Raynar's boat would be. There's a tip up there, the hatch on the hill. That might be where the other halfling fell down that Slide was talking about.
The old Ma said I was part magpie, so I want to go check the shiny stuff.
All right. Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right.
The shiny metal's below the hatch, isn't it? I'm guessing. It's at the bottom of the hill.
Well, there's no treasure lying outside. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Is it not valuable at any type? Well, what does the metal look like?
So
bits,
it's
wreckage or.
So it's more like whatever the metal is. I'm assuming what you're actually asking is, you know what? I think this would be a really good opportunity for you to roll for discern realities there, Dodge.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oop. So first dice is 1.
Let me check your wisdom.
5, 6.
Yeah, wisdom is actually your highest stat.
2, isn't it?
Yep, it's +2.
Nice.
Let me pull up. Let's see here. There we go. So let's look at discern reality.
The trap here.
Discern realities. All right, so Dodge, I need you to roll 2d6 and add a 2 to it. Or I can do it for you. Either way.
I rolled a 6, so plus
Rolled a
2.
6, so plus 2 is 8. That means you have a 7 to 9, which is a qualified success. You get to ask me one of these questions, and I will tell you. I have to answer you honestly. Curses.
Cool.
What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? What here is not as it appears to be? Pick one.
I'm going to go with what happened here.
All right. So, as far as you can tell, looking at the exposed metal, there is a very large metallic structure embedded in the hill. And either someone built something and got covered in the ground, or it somehow landed and embedded. Like, you're in kind of a bit of a basin. Maybe it landed from high above and it created the crater. It's really hard to tell. If so, it's really big. In looking at what's happened, it looks like it was buried for a while, and looking at the growth of vegetation and the depth of the erosion in order to get to it, just recently this area has been exposed, and you can tell by some of the dirt and speckling on it that while the metal itself doesn't appear to be rusted, it's got a sort of a dull silvery gray look to it, that it has been out here for at least a month or so. The top door has wear marks on it as if it's opened and closed a couple of times around the frame, and you can see dirt and a little bit of detritus tracking its way in, but not too much, implying that it's not been open all the time. And that's what's happened here.
So I relay all this information to the guys.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, it came from above, it seems like, but I mean, falling from the sky? You can blame me. I ain't got a clue.
I wonder if we should go in and take a look at it.
Yeah, none of this stuff's good for me, I don't think. Not sure if I can make any use of it.
I agree. Let's get in there. Take a look.
Yeah, Frank starts making his way over to the door and tries to open it.
This is the point where
Hold up.
some of your less sturdy minions start to look a little quizzical. They're still happy to do what they're, well, not happy, but they're going to do what the Duke paid them to, because the Duke was the one who paid him, and he paid really well. But everyone in the village could hear Sly screaming about the licking, and it seems to have really, really freaked out a couple of the people.
Can I send...
Especially since Ray's halfling troubadour has spent the entire time strumming and playing songs about licking and ballads about it.
I imagine there's some really grimy, like R&B, but fantasy.
Dodge, you had a question?
I was going to send forward the burglar, my burglar boy,
Okay.
Cameron, just to check the door before we go through, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron, your burglar steps up to the front, walks in, and you hear him yelling, "Hey, there's a big metal room, and nothing here. Ow, tug my toe. No traps. Ow, stub my toe again.
Light a torch when you went in.
You got night vision."
Fair enough. Yeah, all right, guys. You guys, after you.
All right, in we go.
Yeah, I wade through it.
You going in?
Hell yeah.
All right, so let's switch the scene.
Boy, sounds creepy in here.
I don't feel any licking.
Maybe it is a sex club. Who knows?
Not the kind of sex
Or
club I've ever
moaning,
seen.
groaning in a sex club.
So as soon as you say that, Ray's troubadour minstrel starts playing a song on his flute. Okay.
Oh God, Igor. All those lessons for nothing.
Uh,
Oh,
Ray, Ray, he
Sounds
sucks.
romantic.
You know,
I
just.
know.
I think I'd rather hear licking at this point.
Look, he's my
You couldn't have
nephew.
gotten a better minstrel?
Okay, he's
think
my
I'd rather
nephew.
drink
I
ale.
have to bring out. Look, just be nice about it, okay? Great job, Igor. Really good. Really great stuff. Fuck me.
I'd rather drink some of that ale than listen to him keep playing.
I'd
Oh,
rather have that potato shoved down my throat than have to deal with this right now.
Yeah. No, baby. No,
We
no.
can throw it. Maybe he should be Cameron.
so doing a Monty Python episode. We had to eat the minstrels. Right. So,
It's just a flesh wound.
we're already off the rails. Okay, so as you walk in, the entire area in here it creaks a little bit. You can hear things moving in far off parts of the cave. It's clear that this area is huge, massively built, the size of a substantial keep or brach if you're talking about the Scottish walled houses and towers. And the building itself, as you walk in the front entrance, it appears to be a room directly in front of you. It's circular. There is a hallway that goes to your left. Down it, you can see that it goes to a very large set of what appear to be some sort of metal portal. And then off to the side in a little niche, there is a tube, presumably the one that Slythe was mentioning about, that goes down. You can see what look like halfling, a whole bunch of footprints going towards it, and only one set coming out. Broken bones and a couple of pieces of random detritus litter the floor, including a necklace with a snap chain falling in the middle of the pathway. To the right, farther in a different direction, appears to be another hallway, this one with many portals on either side. What do you do?
Frank's gonna look around. Does he see any small animals like mice or anything like that in this area?
Are you just gonna generally search this vicinity and one of the hallways, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm just general search in the area, seeing if I spot any small animals.
You don't. If you're gonna make a distinct effort, I need you to do a discern realities check. Otherwise,
All right.
offhand, you don't see any living creatures.
All right, it'll just be a quick glance. I don't know. Okay.
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 Yeah, you don't see anything living here. Most of the stuff, like you're seeing skeletons everywhere that have been picked clean. You don't see any living things.
Okay.
Certainly nothing that would lead to the horrible licking phobia that the one halfling has developed. Anybody else? Do you have an area you want to look at, or do you want to go left towards the tube, downstairs, or do you want to go right into the other section?
I think we go down the tube,
pick
right?
up
That's
the
where the big
necklace?
bad guy is.
Well, I'm not going down the tube.
Yeah, never go down.
Ooh, are we gonna split the party?
Well, I think Dodge wanted to grab that necklace and take a look.
Dodge, you're just gonna scoop up that necklace?
Well, I was going to shout at Cameron to hand it over because, yeah, he's the help, not the boss. So
Okay,
he went in
sure,
first. He
boss.
probably would have
Here
seen
you
it
go.
first.
He reaches down, picks it up. Yo, shiny, and walks back over. Here you go, boss. You know,
Cheers, Cameron.
it's customary to provide a tip when people provide good service, like walking in first into a dungeon that you've never been in before.
Don't steal from me.
What's
It'll be all right.
doing?
That's a good tip.
Yep.
You just
Passes
took
you
the
the,
necklace out of you.
Yep. He passes you
Oh, yeah, no, you took off the floor, didn't you?
he passes you the necklace, and it's worth 50 coins.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I'll hand him over a coin then.
Okay. Thanks, boss. You're really generous.
Keep the help happy. Yep.
Clearly. All right.
There's a
Clearly.
finder's fee.
Fair enough. Still need to know where you guys are going.
Well,
Feel
who
free to
said
split
we
the
didn't
group
want to go
if you
down?
wish, with your relative assistance. It's up to you.
Frank's a bit of a daredevil. He wants to go down the tube, but if everybody wants to go the
So-
other way, we can do that.
Are you going down, Frank? Frank and Rick?
Well, is everyone else coming with me?
Yeah.
Does that matter?
Well, can I
come with
look
you.
down the
You
tube?
have assistance.
and-
You've got a shield and a burglar.
Can
You
I
don't
look
need
down the tube? Like, can I
help.
make it safely down there?
So it looks like they're handholds, and you could climb pretty easily if you wanted to. In this case, there's a light that's going. The area is lit. You can see that they're basically. It looks like on one side there are a set of handles, and they appear to be attached to some track, but the track isn't moving. So you would have to hold on to the handles and climb down slowly, hand over hand. You and your companions.
This looks pretty easy. I'm going to send my boys down first, and then I'll follow after them.
Okay. The boys make it down without too much trouble. Your burglar goes ahead and makes it to the bottom. Looks down. You can hear from the bottom. It looks fine. It's kind of dark in here. There are a bunch of doors. Little lights over the top. And yeah, there's one that's open over here. I'm not in. There's like a room in here. And there's some noises coming from this hallway. I'm gonna step back now. Okay.
Is there any licking, you reckon?
Yeah, I'll yell down the tube. Do you hear any licking?
You can hear the minstrel in the background.
Can you tell your cousin to shut up?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I looked to the shield. Hey, baby, can you get between me and the minstrel over there?
Good thing, boss.
You need a warrior for that.
3 years of theatre school so that you can do fucking jazz hands in the unemployment line.
Well,
But Uncle
let's-
Ray, I have to express myself. It's hard to live my truest life. It's
I
my
know
lived
you are.
experience. I'm good at it. I won the talent show 6 years in a row.
who else was playing? Nobody?
I won the talent show 6 years in a row.
Ray, who'd you say you paid the theater school?
We put him through 3 years of theatre school. He's been unemployed the whole time.
They're a better thief than some other people.
Ray cracks up at that.
Well, I like to play in sand.
I wonder what rhymes with licking.
Proper,
Licking, sticking, nicking, tricking. Sticking. No, already said that.
All right, Frank, what's the plan here before he gets us fucking killed?
Fricking.
Every
I can't
time the
deal
guy,
with this
every time your minstrel starts worrying about playing music or doing something, the cleric sighs heavily and puts his hand together and starts praying.
I feel your pain.
Your God can't save you now, Father.
So
We're
Frank,
already in hell.
Frank, your guys made it down. There doesn't seem to be any
Yeah.
problems.
My boys said it's cool, so let's head down.
Okay.
Okay.
If y'all will come.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I got an idea.
Come on, Tim. We're coming down.
Let's send the
Okay.
minstrel in first next time.
You can hear the shield at the bottom. I'm not standing at the bottom of this tunnel when one of those guys comes falling down.
Uh-oh.
Who
Go
nice,
down
this-
before me.
I don't know what the hell. I am not getting paid enough money for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Thanks for the dwarf ass.
So, hey, Strotmath, when are you? In what order are you going to place yourself in the downward spiral?
Oh, I'm sending my guys first.
Are you going
I'm gonna
first?
go last. Yeah, no,
You're gonna be
they'll
the
go
absolute last
first.
guy. I mean, are you
Yeah.
guys all going down the tube? I guess is my first question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Everyone's going down. All right. So, Strotmath, you are the only person in this overall group that has any form of heavy armor and equipment. I'm gonna need you to make a defy danger roll.
Oh,
You can use any one of your stats to do it if you want. You just have to explain to me how the statistic applies and how you're going to use it.
Sorry.
I could use my dexterity. That makes
could?
sense, right? Hey, I'm
You
pretty
could use
hardy.
your
I'm
strength-
constant.
You could use your strength to hold on to it really hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
gonna
could
do.
use your charisma to try. Well, no, that's probably won't work. Yeah, actually,
No.
what you could do is try to use your charisma to get some of the other assistants to carry you down, to defy the danger.
No, I've got strength. I'm strong. I'm a dwarf.
You good? All right. We'll roll that 2d6.
Roll that and let's see what we get.
Or you can also take a +1 by using your warrior companion. But if you do, you can't actually take the benefit of a 10 if you acquire it. It's just
No.
7 to 9. Not
No,
gonna
we'll
do that.
just, no, let's roll
All right.
strength.
So you want me to roll, or do you want to do it?
You can do it.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, I do give them the choice to make their own bad decisions. All right, this is in the chat. Here we go, Avery. What do we got? Oh, 7. All right. So, you do not hear a terrible crash. Here's the deal, Strotmath. You
Yeah.
can make it down. It's not really a problem. What you realize is that as you start from the top, your grip is fine, but you're starting to gain some momentum. You ever gone down a rope, and after a while you can just sort of hand your way down, like one over, and use the rope to sort of guide your fall as you hand over hand as you're going. That's
Sure
kind of what's
have.
happening in this case. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And so you've got a choice. You can make a hard landing and take a little bit of damage, and be fine, or you can land and it's unfortunate, but your armor can take some damage and need some repairs, and you'll lose the armor bonus that it provides.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm gonna take kind of a hard landing. That's.
Oh yeah?
It's good. Yeah.
All right. So, Strotmath is doing fine. He's gonna, and I should point out here that he's only gonna take like 1 point of damage. It's not a
Oh
not a huge
no!
fall.
Whatever will
Yeah.
I do?
I know, but the sound is catastrophic.
Hey, buddy,
hey.
you okay there?
Yeah, I think I stopped my uvula, but I'm okay.
That's amazing.
All right. So, well done, Strotmath. Down in this bottom level, you have a bunch of doors. They have different colored lights in front of them, and you have one door that's open. It has it's slid open, and as you guys fall down, you hear something from above, back from the direction you were before you came down here, and it sounds a little like this. There you go.
Oh.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know. Maybe the potato man.
Oh yeah.
I hope it's the potato man and not the licking thing, because I don't want to deal with that today, man. I don't.
Hey
I'm just
Frank,
not
do
in
you
the
think you
mood.
can have Rick look at that? Or your pigeon or whatever the bird is?
Yeah, hey, I lean over and I start squawking to Rick, like you all see me like actually squawking to him, and I say in what I believe is Hawk, Hey, buddy, you mind flying up there and seeing what's happening?
You get a very disdainful look back, but yeah, he'll go, and especially because at that time the minstrel starts going. And as soon as that starts, the bird starts going up. You can hear him flying. The wings go up, and Rick flies around for a little bit and comes back. You have a sort of a telepathic link with him. It's not really spoken, although the performative art of trying to talk to him is cute. And what he comes back and says, essentially, is that the way that you guys came in appears to be closed off by a big, shiny wall.
So bad news, guys. You know how we came in? I don't think we can get out.
Are you kidding me?
There's some sort of wall up there now. Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess we're going forward, huh? Let's
Yeah, I guess so.
what's happening.
This
All
is
right,
why
guys.
I haven't grouped with you guys in a year. You always get me into something.
All right,
Listen,
guys.
have we never not gotten you out okay? It's got to be fun.
Well, there was that one time at that one place, but we don't talk about it anymore.
All right, so you still got your whole group. Only one of you has taken damage. It's only been 1 point, and it was voluntary. It was a choice. So the room that you're in is, like I said, it's a big open space. Has some metal boxes which are open. There's a big door or portal at the far end that looks like it's, I don't know, it's really big and looks like it's made of some hefty metal. It's got some wear signs around it. And then you've got a bunch of doors and other spots here to your left and right. And there's a big corridor that goes towards a couple of sections with more doors that are smaller and look like they're more like portals into standard rooms here, and they go directly ahead and off to the side. And the one at the end appears to be open. What do you guys do?
Should we check out the open one?
Let's
It's open.
go through the open one. It's probably open because it's like fine in there, right? Like otherwise it'd be closed. You close the door and there's bad stuff. So it should be cool.
Sound logic.
So whose
All right.
burglar's going this time?
Hey, baby.
Okay.
And he sends, and Daelwyn sends his shield in there first.
And Frank, Rick, because he's flighty and he has a hard time remembering stuff because you humans are so detail oriented. Looks as you guys are about to go down, mentions to you that there were other doors halfway down that tube that you guys went by that he saw on the way back, but they were all closed.
Hey, by the way, y'all, there were a lot more doors in the tube apparently. Rick, he always forgets to tell me stuff. He leaves out the best details all the time.
Oh, Rick.
I know, it's how birds are.
Bird-brained.
You know how birds are.
Figures.
You deal with them.
Rick gives Dodge a dirty look.
Don't you look at me in that tone of voice.
Yeah, he's gonna get hungry.
Starts wiggling his rear end, and gets ready to fly.
Dodging skills. Dodge sense tingling.
All right, guys, need to know where you're going. What's the choice?
Let's go through the door.
Open door.
All right, who's going first?
Frank
Okay.
is just gonna stroll in. He's ready to get this going. He's like,
Straight
what's
up?
in this room? Yeah.
All right, so I will give you a warning. As you start to get closer to that particular room, you hear a sound. And it sounds like this. Let me see here. There we go.
Yeah.
Now, I don't mean to frighten you guys, but there was this one place that I went to that had a lot of shades of grey, but did that sound similar? You know what I mean?
I mean, since you're experienced, you may want to go first. Actually, I'm not into the weird stuff.
I think I'll send Cameron because I remember that club very
Cameron
vividly.
looks at you. He's like, look, I'm here to find. I'm here. Like burglar dodges burglar looks at you and says, I'm here to detect traps. Those are creatures. I can't do anything about creatures.
Well, I think it's definitely a trap, if you know what I mean.
Creatures aren't. No, that's called an ambush. There's a difference.
Ambush
He does have
traps.
a point.
I mean, assuming it's dangerous. You don't know. You don't know. Why are you sending me in front? You stop being scared. You're the adventurers.
Yeah, but you get paid to die first. I mean, to go in and check things out
That's it.
first.
That's it. That's it.
Who's
You go first.
who's our fighter in the team?
You guys have multiple shields in the group too. I should point out.
Yeah.
I'll send one of my
I look at our
shields
fighter
in.
in the team.
I'll send my shield in.
All right. So Frank's shield, I think so. Sounds a lot like the cleric every time the minstrel comes up. Picks up a tower shield in front of him. Says, "Here we go," and starts walking forward. And you hear the sound is like, Jesus, what the hell is that? What are the? And you start hearing some noises from back there, and that one sound picks up again. You're like, oh, what the hell? That is so weird. Hey, all right, look, I come in. Shield up. And he's talking, and there's some bunch of noises. You're like, don't come over here. I'll have to do something. Yeah, that's right. Stay there. That's fine. All right. What? I don't know what that means. Would someone get in here? Oh, God, these people are so professional.
All right, I think we need to go in.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I'm not going in there. No.
I'll go in.
I'll have one of my poison daggers ready.
All right. So, Rayner Littke, with his little crew of his bard, who starts whistling off to the side. As the group starts going in, and as you step into the room, you see the shield. It's very weird. There are counters on either side of this very large room. Looks like about maybe, I don't know, 60 to 100 feet on each side. It's tough to tell in the shadows. But there are definitely counters, and there are big metal boxes. Some of them are lit up with weird lights and have strange metal protuberances on them. One of them has a giant hole and what look like a couple of funnels underneath them, made of some weird shiny material. But what really gets your attention is that in the center of the room, in front of a whole nother set of doors that go further back into this place, are a bunch of creatures. There's what looks to you like a bunch of broken furniture. There's a couple of tables that are still standing in the center, and there's like a couple of chairs and some broken chairs. There's skeletons everywhere, and there are these strange things. They look kind of like if someone took a rutabaga and put arms and legs on them, and gave them primitive weapons. Their eyes and are covered by what look like lashes, but look like fronds of small lettuces or other things. They look like almost like animate vegetables. And they're all pointing at the shield and slowly making menacing motions. One of them is flexing a bicep off to the side in an attempt to intimidate the shield, which is not working because he's kind of tower shield and can't see it. There's another one who is gesturing frantically at the rest of the group, and there's what looks like even like some sort of four-legged vegetable monster with them and a couple of them are carrying what appear to be smaller vegetable creatures on sticks with them as well. And that sound just keeps coming throughout the room. So what you gonna do there, Ray?
Ray will just call back to the rest of the party through the open door, and I just hear him saying, "It's some kind of vegetable tribe in here. They're a bit angry, they're a bit wound up. Should we try and calm them down, or should we go another way?" "Oh, feck off." Yeah.
About then.
And several of them are looking a little hostile right now, Ray. As soon as you start talking to the rest of the group and you show up, now it's 2 of them that have come through the door. And you can tell one of them has a spear. One of them has a strange metallic object. It's kind of spherical. It's got checkering all over it. It's got a weird, it's got a circular, like a magical ring or something on the side. And it's got a blinky light at the top. And it looks really strange. And he's showing it to you, pointing it at you, and shaking it, waving it back and forth as if it has some sort of proof or magical power.
Yeah, I'll add to what I shouted to the group before about an angry vegetable tribe, and I'll include for our wizard. "It looks like it's got some kind of magical item here that you might want to look at."
Magical digger?
"Item. Will you speak the common?"
Let's play,
You
guys.
get it. You get it and bring it to me.
Yeah, just grab
Shiny.
it from him.
Travis. Oh, you bollocks. He'll step forward and he'll just give it here then. All right, you angry veggie. If you give it to me, go on, Igor, take it from him.
So he can't understand a word you're saying, and you're going for it. He starts pushing it towards you, and he puts his finger in the little ring on the side, or I guess it's really a stamen or a frond, and shakes it at you even more. And you hear this shink sound, and the ring, he tosses the piece of metal somewhere behind him, and it has a tink 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 sound on the floor. And now the light isn't blinking anymore; it's just solid, and he has his fronds gripped around it really hard.
Ray's gonna leg it and shout for Igor and his other cousin to follow.
Okay. And you hear more of the sounds from back in the room.
Yeah, Ray will come back to the others and just say,
Okay.
it doesn't know
Did you get it?
what's going on.
So what did you get?
You got the magical item?
He just threw some ring on the floor and we took off and left your shield in there, Frank.
He threw a ring on the floor. Was it worth anything?
I don't know, you can go and take a look.
I head in.
All right. Well, you hear the same sound. Whatever the guy is, you see. There's the little veggie guy. Before he's still desperately holding on to whatever that item that Ray described. And you can see him sorting through the ground. You can see him about to grab up whatever that metal ring thing is. Here in a second. The rest of the group is going.
Can I snatch the ring up before he gets it?
You gonna try and grab it?
Yep.
That is going to. You're gonna have to move defy danger to attempt that. The group seems fairly hostile, even with the shield standing there, and I don't know how you're gonna do it, Dodge. Describe to me how you're gonna attempt this.
I mean, I hate vegans. They're always hostile, so I'm gonna swallow my revulsion at them and
See previous
Thinking
content
through
warning. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Fortitude.
You're just gonna tough it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna push past my
You did
revulsion.
up your constitution, so it is +2. All right, you want to roll
Fast
this and
as
tell
I
me what you
can.
get?
Yep. There's one dice. Oh, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 9.
9? 9.
Yeah.
Is that 9 before the +2 or after the +2?
Oh, no, it's not. After the before the +2, that was. 5 and 4 I got.
All right, so 11.
Thank you, Chris,
All
for
right,
the
you
dice,
get
by
it.
the way.
Yep. Alrighty.
Nice.
So, you run in, and as the guy's about to grab it, you reach down and snatch up the metal ring. It's got sort of like it's like coiled at one end, and then it's got a piece of wire that comes out. It looks like it's actually a piece of wire that's been twisted into a ring at one end, around its own length, and it has a little extension at the end. It's very smooth and very polished. It's the best workmanship of metal you can get. And you step back to where the guy with the shield is, and the guy with the round device is now getting hopping mad. It starts going and starts shaking one of his hands at you and motioning at the ring, and then motions at the sphere menacingly.
As we leave the room, I close the door.
So the door doesn't really close. It's a metal portal that slides into the walls.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Cool. Yeah, I just leg it out then. I think I've pissed it off, lads.
You did get that piece of metal,
My
though.
ex-wife.
I did indeed. When I've got the chance, I'd like to try and discern reality on it as well, if that's possible.
What are you gonna do?
Discern reality?
What are
Trying to
you
figure out
doing exactly in
what
this
it
case?
is.
Because you're kind of in the middle of a hostile scenario. You're not in a position where you
Yeah,
can take
that's-
time to go through it.
I'll tell you what, I'll look at it later when I've got the time, and I pop it in my pocket and
Okay.
group up with the others.
Hey, Strotmath, what are you doing while this is going on?
I'm just watching all these guys.
Okay.
Thinking about,
So,
if I gotta get, things gotta get squishy and messy, I'm making sure I'm ready for that.
All right. So you hear a couple of sounds as Dodge comes out. It goes something like this. Do do do. Do do do.
Seems like
And then
Oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
sounds like my
I,
ex-wife and her mother-in-law and my mother-in-law.
I take the ring out of my pocket and I look at it and I look down at my waist and just check that I haven't pissed myself.
oh, you look clear. So something went off. There's a smell of smoke coming from the other room.
Now I'm assuming that we didn't see any of that, right? Because could we see through the door and see him grab that?
So it's more like there's a space at the end of the hallway that leads into the next room. When I say door, I mean there's obviously a sliding section. If you'll excuse the break from reality,
and Frank and everyone from our position, could we see what happened in there? As far as
you see a big flash right after.
No, but I mean
Dodge
him getting the ring and everything.
No.
Okay.
And right after that, now you start hearing you start seeing flashing lights. Flashing light. You can smell some smoke. There's a sound.
Dodge, what the heck
I've
did
heard
you
that
do in there?
somewhere. I just stole the ring.
Oh.
Is it? I mean, I stole it. He was angry, pissed off, legged it.
Hey, what happened to the shield guy that you sent in there?
I told him to leg it.
Yep, it's Shield Guy is
really.
happy to leg it when Dodge says so, and you can just smell the smoke and can obviously now hear the fire in that room.
Cameron, you're up. And I send it forward to have a quick peek in there. And
there are no traps here.
Yeah.
Why are you sending me forward into fire? That is not a trap.
Well, it could be if
I'm
you're
the trap.
chicken.
I tricked you into to working for me, mate. So yeah.
Your
hop
gold
on.
buys you
Have a look.
one exception to my contract. This is it. He
Can't
steps
get
in,
the
looks
stuff
in,
nowadays.
and like, roasted vegetables. All right, the room's clear. There's just some burning things.
Well,
we
yeah,
blinky make
There's
our way
some
through?
blinky lights and some stuff going on in the background.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, the
And
halflings
I,
was the
I
same
strut
as-
through the door.
And we were gonna eat all the vegetables. We're
So the vegetables are non-compos mentis. They're more like pro-compost at this point. Whatever happened there, it went off, and the whole tribe it was set on fire, or the people that were there anyway. And there are some organic material that's been charred or badly injured in the area. It's totally clear, and you can still see the ruins of skeletons. And there's a whole pile of debris all around the room at this point. It's been shot everywhere. There's still one machine that is there's still one machine that has blinky lights, and there's a door that's opened off to the side. It has a clean, what appears to be some sort of table, and there appears to be some sort of metal mannequin with some sort of tattered black jacket and frock shirt there, standing and waving at you, speaking in some odd language. Modern and points at the table where a couple of what looks like worn plates and spoons have been set up.
I think he's asking us to dinner.
Maybe
I
he
ain't no
wants us to
vegan.
be dinner.
Not me, I'm stringy.
And points at Strotmath. And points at the first place. Points at the shield that came in with dodge at the second, and just goes around the room, points to different places, makes exaggerated bows to everybody, points to everyone, goes over to a machine, presses a button, and pulls a glass out and fills it with a liquid, puts it at the first spot, and points at Strotmath. And one of his, if he had an eye, he has like a sort of a red dot. It sort of blinks slowly off and on as if he's winking at him.
For once in your life, Strotmath, don't drink it.
No, I've done a lot of dumb things in my time, but
He looks
But,
over at Frank. What goes over presses what it's not you've never seen this before. It's like there are weird metal cylinders attached to the device, and there's a lever and some blinky lights and a crystal on top. He pushes some of the cylinders and makes a motion, and out of the funnel thing on the bottom, he takes a little bowl and throws what looks like bird seed all over the room. And points at Frank and at Rick.
Hey, I don't think this guy's too bad. He's trying to feed the bird, man. I'm gonna have Rick go down and try to eat.
Yeah, Rick goes in and starts eating, and he's like, and makes a open-armed metal motion at you guys, and points to the table.
How expensive does the crystal look?
Oh, it'd be 350 carats in modern terms. It's huge. It's glowing. It's perfectly cut. It's on the top of the machine. You can see like different colors are cycling through it as soon as he starts pulling levers and pushing buttons.
I reach out a hand towards it.
So it's in another room. You'd have to go over there.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know what thought is going through your head, Dodge.
Love it.
I've
What's it
just
gonna
eaten a
be?
sticky jam biscuit, so my fingers are feeling particularly sticky, both figuratively and metaphorically. So yes, I will take a trip to the crystal, please, unless somebody can stop
All right.
me.
So as soon as you start walking in there, the metal guy steps between you and points to a seat, and gestures emphatically. Seems has a very if unmoving metal could have a look to it. His eyes are blinking rapidly, or the lights in his eyes are blinking rapidly, and looks both obsequious and pissed off at the same time.
I look forlornly at the crystal, and my head slumps, and I sulk over to the seat.
All right, you sit down. Anyone else joining him?
Yeah, I'll go over there too.
Okay. So Strotmath and Dodge sit at the table. The mood of the creature seems to set up, and he presses some buttons, looks at the two of you, presses some more things that look like maybe buttons or cylinders, pulls a lever, reaches underneath to the shelf and grabs a couple plates, and starts just stuff just starts pouring onto it. There's this green gloopy sort of material, and you can hear it just coming pouring out of the machine. It's really weird. There we go.
Psst. Strotmouth! Strotmouth!
Hey,
I heard these noises in that club as well.
no, oh no, it's not good.
So he puts 2 plates of this green goopy sort of gelatinous stuff in front of you, makes a flourish with his hand or finger, and then takes one of the spoons, scoops it up, holds it delicately in his hand, and then looks between the two of you, looks at Dodge, and then just tries to ram it right into your face, like through your teeth, as if he's like making a Mike Tyson punch right through your face with the thing. And he goes, Bon appetit! Bon appetit! What do you do, Dodge?
Is it? Well, this is this danger moment, isn't it? I'm gonna have to try and dodge it with dexterity, I think.
Depends. What are you trying to do?
Well, I don't want my teeth knocked out, so yeah, I'm gonna stick my head to the side and re-boxer him and re-Mike Tyson him and dodge and weave and float
It's
like a
not that
butterfly.
hard. He's not moving. He's moving aggressively, but he's moving very predictably. As you see it coming for your face, you move aside. He gets that sort of offended body language set up, and the one eye that has the light in it starts blinking what appears to be blue and red alternately, and it's like and then starts holding up the two, grabs another spoon, and starts menacing both of you with it. What do you do there, Strotmath? I mean, he hasn't done anything to that glass of liquid, but he seems very insistent that you're going to eat that food or else.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't want to smash him, but I'm starting to wonder if. Oh. Hey, you guys, some help in here, huh?
Can I? Fine, whatever. And,
Are you gonna go for it?
Try and snatch this. I want to snatch the spoon out of his hand first, though. And yeah, sniff it and yeah, figure out if it's poisonous. Am I able to do
You're
that?
gonna sniff the gelatinous stuff.
Yeah, I think as a poisoner, I'd be able to. I'd know have quite a wide range of ingredients that go into poisons and know the scents that go with some. I want to
Interesting.
see if I can. Ooh, bugger! Yes, it goes. You still there?
Yep, I'm still here. So you're going to need to take a second and think about that and make sure that's what you want to do. What are the rest of you guys doing back there?
Definitely not going forward yet. Daelwyn is stuck behind the shield with his head like poking over his shoulder, looking, because he don't want to get hit with anything.
Quick question: what's Rick doing in all of this? Because Rick's been eating birdseed, right?
Yeah, so Rick is still on the ground eating birdseed. Frank is starting to piece together this might be the potato killer guy. So he's got a hand on the bow. You know, he's starting to reach back towards the quiver, and he's moving around like a flanking position around the back of the metal creature. Starting to get a little itchy.
Okay. So you're gonna pull him back, or what's gonna happen?
I'm just gonna move around. Like I'm getting ready to attack if he starts attacking.
I'm coming up with a theory. If I can grab the spoon off him, I'm going to put it as a. We found the necklace where it shouldn't be. You know, and it was after the door had closed. So I don't think this guy killed anyone. I think, even though someone had a spud throat, you know, knocked down their throat, it didn't kill them. I'm gonna put the spoon in my mouth and eat it. So I've got an idea. I think I know what's gonna happen.
So you're gonna put the goop in your mouth?
Yep.
Anyone else do anything?
I would smell. I'm gonna smell the glass. Because I'm
shaking my head.
But I don't.
It has a very yeasty sort of beery, moldy scent to it. In the same way that like a very strong peaty or smoky Scotch has a strong smell. It's not like you have detect poison, but
right, I don't.
You've smelled worse things brewed from stuff in caves.
Oh, yes,
and some of those were good, and some of them were horrific.
So I might try a little bit, although I mean we're in a sort of an aggressive situation, right? So I can't just be like, oh, I'll go grab this glass and.
Sure. You can do whatever you want, Strotmath.
All right, so I'm gonna take a sip.
In fact, I refuse to use his name. Dodge's burglar is motioning to you to keep going, to ignore Dodge. From behind Dodge's back. All right. However,
if I could see this, I'd be thinking traitor.
I'm sure you would. All right, folks. You have officially entered some form of combat scenario. The chef/waiter bot is attempting to force feed Dodge everything. The bird is happily eating what appears to be birdseed. Strotmath is attempting to figure out whether he wants to drink anything, and well, he's actually sipping. And the rest of you are sitting out here in the background. What are you gonna do?
Rayner is behind Richard's character behind the shield and is gonna ask him, what's going on? What should we do?
Stay back here because I told him not to drink it, and he's gonna drink it anyway.
As
Hey,
a player in my head, I'm screaming, Soylent Green is people!
All right. So the two of you are going to stand back and see what happens to Dodge, because Dodge and Strotmath made choices you don't agree with or didn't recommend.
How much danger do they appear to be in? Like, is this thing like? Do I think they're gonna kill him? Or
So you
It's
know,
really good food, cheese, guys.
it's actually
Really
pretty
tasty.
terrible. Dodge, are you going to try to sell this? Because it's not good.
Yeah, I'm not telling them that.
Are you going to try and sell this to like convince the other group?
Absolutely. I've got.
All right, Dodge. Here's your
hard
chance.
grin
I
on
need
my
you to.
face.
I need you to make it defy danger with for Constitution. If you can do that, everyone will have the perception that you are eating delicious food.
Fuck. 1,
Roll them bones,
2,
buddy.
3. 6. 6 and
+2 is 8.
6.
All right, so
1,
here's the deal,
2,
Judge.
4, 5, 6, 12. Woo! 13.
How did you get? You rolled.
I
2d6,
I
right?
rolled a 6 and 6. Yeah, I've got blind dice, so they've got the numbers.
Oh, well, that's
thingied on them,
horribly
so I can feel
inconvenient
them.
for me. All right, so you pull it off. Dodge. In fact, his stomach is growling so much it sounds like he wants more. In an act of
Big smile on my
stupendous biofeedback control, Dodge passes off eating. I will not tell you what it is, but this would get him some sort of performance roll someplace else. So Strotmath, when you drink this stuff, it tastes like one of those. You've ever had like the IPAs or the stuff where someone fermented it to a flavor extreme to make a point?
Yep.
It's that. It's strong. It's really strong. Now, if you like that flavor, oh boy, you've never had this in your life. If you don't, you're never going to have it again either. I will let that be your personal choice, Strotmath.
No, I think I'm just like, oh, that's really strong.
Okay. So as this is happening, the waiter bot now goes back and fills up another plate and starts going out towards the rest of the group. He has one of those metal attachments to a handle that looks like a cross between a spatula and a chopping knife, and appears to be waving it menacingly over the food as he advances on the rest of the group. And looking around, he is looking specifically at Ray, who appears to be short and slightly animalistic, and his eye starts blinking.
If he's
Can I
offering
spit it
food-
out now and say, fucking kill him?
Oh no, Dodge. You ate it.
Now that he's
swallowed.
nowhere near me.
You sold that performance, and you had to swallow to do it. You went to that club,
needed to
and you
get
learned
away
the lesson
from me.
well. Oh my God, this is going in so many wrong directions. What are you guys gonna do? This thing is just moving around. It's some sort of poor
It's
server
not.
bot that's gone bad, and you got.
Frank
If it
is
has
notching
food,
an arrow.
I think.
He's ready to shoot.
Oh yeah.
He's done with this thing.
All right, it's coming after Ray.
If
Daelwyn-
it has food, Ray will take it. Like if Dodge sold it that well,
Okay.
Ray's got it. He'll be like, oh, hell yeah.
All right.
Food. Yeah.
So, Ray, are you gonna eat it or just take it?
Yeah, he'll take the food to try and eat it.
So as soon as you make contact with it,
Mhm.
it starts crawling up your arm. This actually isn't some sort of weird mushy jello. It appears to be a very small green slime.
I will attempt to flick it off my arm.
Nope.
Okay.
Around your arm seems very interesting to you. Hey, Frank, or excuse me, Daelwyn and Frank. This guy is moving towards the rest of you, and he's raising the cleaver in one hand, and the now you can see is a plate full of undulating green jello-ish material that's extruding small pseudopods in your direction.
I'm
you guys
firing
doing?
magic missile
At
Yeah,
what?
Let's go.
at the bot.
All right.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a casting roll.
Yes.
What you got? 2d6 plus your intelligence, I believe, correct? And you get a +1 if you choose to use your adept.
Yes, I will use the adept.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you got?
That's what I'm getting to. 7 plus the 1. That'd be 8, and I do intelligence, right?
You do. I think it's 10, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
Okay. So you don't need to pick
plus
anything
2.
else.
So that'll
So
be
10.
a total of 10, yeah.
All right. No negative consequence. You keep your spell. Following sound comes up. Magic missiles go off. I'm going to turn the volume down on this background music for a second. Roll me 2d4 and let's see what your damage is.
I did 2d5. Hold on.
You have to, if you're going to cheat, you can't tell us about it, okay? That's the way it works. Do
No, I'll
better,
let you.
okay?
Total of 5.
Okay. So for a second it hits and doesn't seem like anything happens. It seems like it's fine, and then there's a really weird sound, and it sounds like this. It starts to shake. Little electric lightning bolts start flopping out all around. And the robot waiter falls to the ground on top of his plate of green slime. So,
Nice.
hey, Dodge? You ate a green slime.
Yeah.
You
I'm
did such
not
a
the
good
most
job.
intelligent. I'm not the most intelligent person. I do have a minus 1 to my intelligence.
It's really disturbing
so
that wisdom
my-
is your highest stat.
Yeah, I've got the wisdom, but not the intelligence. My theory was spot on in my head that it was going to help me
Your
talk to
theory.
him, understand his language. Like, he fed the other people to help them understand, and then they left when they could talk to him and dropped the necklace on the floor up in the first room.
I'm hearing a lot of justification here.
Absolutely. I fucked up big time.
It's just gas.
Definitely not going to learn from it.
All right, guys. You are
What
afflicted
happens?
with poison. You're at a -1 on all your physical actions until you can get cured or something happens here.
Cleric!
And Ray, what are you going to do about that thing that's on you?
Yeah, while Richard was saving our butts with the magic missile, Ray was waving his arm around with the green slime, screaming with his helpers to do something and looking over at Dodge simultaneously, shouting, "You bollocks! You lied to me!" And he's shaking his arm around wildly.
It's really cute. Like the guy with the antlers and the moose ears is trying to act offended. Then again, Dodge looks like maybe he really got his just desserts in this case. So, I'll give you a choice here, Ray. Yeah.
Yeah. Taco Bell.
You can either in this scenario, you can take 5 damage while you debrade your arm and scrape off the slime.
Ooh.
Because you're gonna have to get rid of it because as it sits there, it starts turning flesh and other organic material into slime itself.
Okay.
Or your cleric can heal you, but you'll take a -1 going forward on physical actions. Your call.
Oh.
No damage though.
He's panicking. He's just going to scrape it off. He's not going to think. He's just going to.
All right, take 5 damage. Mark it down.
All right.
All right, there you go, kids. We are clear in there. The bard in the background keeps going. and you're in the middle of a room. It's cleared. You can see you can see more doors to the back, or at this point, or you can go back into the room that had the veggie sort of tribe, and you can go through the door, try and figure out how to get through the doors in the back there. What you can do?
Oh shit.
One notes that all the doors that you are currently looking at are closed, assuming they are doors. They all have, some of them have brown sort of blinky lights on top of them. Some of them have blue ones. Some of them have orange ones. It's a little tough to tell what's going on, but none of them are open.
Dodge, can you get your burglar to check one of them doors for us?
Sounds like Dodge is going to hope one of them's a toilet.
Dodge is currently indisposed. He's dealing with
retching.
Yeah, he's dealing with what's called karma.
I looked to the shield. Hey, baby, how about you go open that blue lighted door right there?
You want me to go through the door?
I said open it.
Okay.
And stand in front of me.
Just wanted to be clear. Yeah, I know what I signed. My name's not Baby. Here we go.
Walks over, goes and hits the touches the door, walks up to it, shield bumps into it, and you hear from the top of the door.
And his name is like B-E-B-E, but of course I just call him Hey Baby.
Clearly.
I guess I got that one wrong. Somebody want to pick another door?
What if one of the characters, like the heroes, goes up and press it as the same outcome, Matt? Heavy breathing from Brad on this.
Sorry. I'm having trouble with
Let's
my
do
laptop.
it, guys. Lots of
Yeah,
lights.
fine.
There's one door that doesn't have a light, and everything else has different colored lights on it.
Let's try the one without a light.
Okay.
Or with no light on it.
Guys, walk up to it. Okay, there's a slight jingle metallic. And then the door begins to open. What you hear is the sound, and the door slides open. Okay. Door opens, and you see another room in the back. And this looks like... Strotmath, you've seen this in Dwarven holds before. It looks like some sort of weird recreational or training facility. There's a big circle in the middle, and it's got 3 robots that are sort of rocking back and forth, or some metallic devices. There are weird tables and benches everywhere. There are a couple more doors, and there's another one at the back that has another colored light at the top. The metal figures in this room are dressed in a very strange manner. One is has like a flowy, sort of drapey white shirt and pants with a black sash around the middle. Another one has big, what appear to be like rags wrapped around its fists. It has no shirt on, and it has like a pair of what appear to be very worn, old colored shorts on. And there's another one. It's got sort of a... It's got some weird mask on, and it's got bigger, more sort of like spandex superhero bikini bottoms on, and giant boots, and has like this long, flowy, like fake... You can already tell it's fake. It's sort of tattered, like hair approximation, and it's shaking, and occasionally brings a bicep up to flex. What do you guys do?
So,
Do they
quick
seem to
question.
notice us?
Did I lose anything with the... Was I poisoned as well?
You were not.
Okay, because I only had a sip, right?
No, you can drink as much as you want. It's not poison.
Oh. Okay.
As I said, it was delicious or not at your choice.
Gotcha.
It's been fermenting for a very long time, so whatever it is, you can choose to take it as one of those extremes of flavor that some people enjoy and some people don't.
Okay.
I swallowed a slime, didn't I? So that was
You
what was
did.
killing me.
Strotmath did not.
So, yeah, do the robots notice us? Do they react to in
They
our
do.
presence at all?
They several of them, especially the guy that has the mask on and has the sort of spandex bikini bottoms. If that's what it is, makes these come hither gestures and is making flexing either bicep, crossing its arms over its chest. It's and you can hear like this broken sound coming out from it.
I
I
think
feel like it wants to
Back
fight.
and get it.
And there's another guy like with the rags on his face going punching his fists together.
Now, is he
Yeah.
making that at anyone in particular, or just the group?
So it's all of you generally, and then the other creature, metallic creature, is just bowing in your general direction.
So, yeah, you know, I think I agree with you, Frank. I think these guys want to fight, and you know, I haven't had a good tussle in a while. Usually think that sounds like a good time.
Let's
You're
give
gonna
him a
cover
fight.
me, right? Yeah.
I got you.
All right.
Okay.
So, Strotmath there, he's gonna lead the way because he's all. So he kind of assumes, knowing again, you know, like you said, knowing the training. He goes towards the circle, just kind of slowly. Doesn't rush it, but walks towards it to kind of see what happens if he's gonna get triple teamed or what they decide to do.
So right now, they just all of them are looking at Strotmath. Each one of them points to themselves and points to you. The other one, the one with the mask on, is doing ooh. Ooh, yeah. Starts turning left and right, shakes his finger at you. I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna get you down. I'm gonna.
that's Macho Man.
Frank
This is
has
your
the arrow
brother.
notched at this point, and he's ready to fire the moment that one of them attacks.
And the one that keeps bowing is silent and stands stoically, and appears to be doing some sort of martial quasi-balanced kata at the same time. The other guy seems to be talking in this very high voice.
We call them in the Elvish language hornswoggle. That's
Oh,
for short people.
So I'm just gonna
Can
go
I-
for it, and I step towards the circle and step into the center of it. I'm just going for it.
Okay, who are you going for?
Okay, so I'm
Any
picking
of
one.
them? It appears that they're waiting for you to pick.
All right, so I'm going for Flexi Muscle Man there.
Lexi Muscle Man?
Yeah. Oh, it's on like a large Nintendo ape.
So, Lexi Muscle Man immediately moves towards you, gets in this exaggerated pose, moves slightly off to the side, jumps up on one of the posts on the side of the ring, and attempts to do some sort of diving punch grapple thing onto you. What do you do?
Okay, so so I'm thinking, well,
I mean, I don't know how dodgy I'm gonna be. I'm thinking about. I mean, because I don't know if I can get my axe up in time to block him.
Just tell me what you want to do. That's all you. Just tell me how you want to deal with a guy. You are an experienced adventurer. You
Yeah.
have the chance to roll for anything you want to do.
So I'm gonna roll for a dodge,
Okay?
not for the
Uh,
poison dude, but for.
Yeah. And just to be clear, you can opt to engage him in combat. This is not a thing where you have to react. You have your choice
Okay.
of what you want to do in this case.
Yeah, you know what? Let's engage. Let's do it.
Okay? Gonna hack and slash?
yes, right, I am. Let's do this.
Alrighty, that's what I wanted to hear. Some decisiveness. So give me
Yeah.
we're doing 2d6 in this case?
2d6, yeah.
Okay. And are you including your muscle buddy in there to help you with it to get some extra damage?
Yeah, let's do it. Come on, muscle dude.
Okay, your warrior assistant has joined the ring. Wow. All right, he deals 10. So the guy comes off the turn, what you assume to be off the turnbuckle in common parlance, is attempting to do some very over-dramatized move, and your warrior assistant walks casually by the guy who's falling towards your axe as you're bringing it up with all your dwarvish force, and as the guy is jumping off the turnbuckle, he climbs up after him, jumps off the turnbuckle as well, and lands his body on top of it, slamming it into your axe.
Oh yeah.
There is the classic sound at this point, and it is. It sounds more like this when you do it. And
Oh no.
and the robot wrestler is down. The other two keep pointing to themselves, looking very interested in it, and they look the rest of you guys. There's been a quick battle going on over here. What are you doing over there, Daelwyn?
Standing
Anything?
there staring at Hornswoggle, because that's what
Okay.
short people stands for in Elvish.
Okay, fair enough.
And I just fire magic missile at him.
At Hornswoggle?
Yep.
Which is that exactly?
The little short one, not the one doing the
The
karate
one
stuff.
with the other one with the ragged gloves on. Going,
Yeah.
All right. All right. So here we go. Give me 2d6, and you may add a +2 or a +3 if you're adding your little buddy to it.
Yes, I am. Six. No, total 8. 8.
8.
Yep.
All right. So pick one. You can forget the spell. You can take -1 going forward, or it reverberates in a strange way and may put you in a difficult place.
Oh, I want to go into a difficult place.
A difficult place.
Yes.
All right. So first of all, let's roll damage. Sound effect goes off.
Two.
2 damage. You hit the robot guy, and seems to get energized. Hops right out of the ring towards you, brandishing his fists. So, in a very strange, like you've never seen anything do this. Like it opens its mouth, or where its mouth would be, there's a line of running saw blades or a chainsaw sort of looking thing. It's hard to tell. Like it's a saw, but it's moving independently. You've never seen that before. And it
That's
goes
not
towards the
good.
side of your head, towards that really big ear you have as an elf.
That's not good.
What are you gonna do?
Can I try to dodge it? Can I get shield to get in the way?
I mean, so this is a thing. You can choose to go
Okay.
back into combat. You can do whatever you want, but he's going for you in this move.
Okay, I'm gonna try to dodge.
Okay? You're gonna try and get out of the way?
Yes.
All right. Let's see what happens. You can take a +1 on that if you want, but you can't get a 10, so you'll have to take some sort of negative consequence. Or you
Alright,
can
roll.
take it as a plus dex. Your call.
I'll go with the +1.
Okay, go ahead. What you got?
6.
6. Is that with or without the bonus?
That is with the bonus.
With the bonus. All right.
It's
So
all
I
going
have-
downhill.
I have good news for you here in this case. I will give you a choice. your shield guy can valiantly get in front of robot hacksaw Jim Duggan / Mike Tyson and be eaten to death, or you can escape the damage, but draw the attention of the other more quieter bowing guy and add an additional element to the combat.
Well, I want to do that.
All right.
You're not going to
Both guys
Tyson
are in
me.
his direction. Ray, what are you doing here?
Besides shouting "Hell yeah, brother!" at the side of the ring, I'm gonna rush to Daelwyn's aid.
Okay.
Yeah, have my
Gonna rush to
nephew
his
play
aid?
entrance music. Yeah.
He's trying to Tyson me. He's trying to Tyson me.
But it sounds very out of
Minstrel
tune.
loses, starts coughing, and then begins to beatbox in the background. Ray, what are you gonna do here?
I'm probably gonna use an advanced action or
Okay.
advanced move.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'll use a common move. I will turn into an animal from the swamp.
Okay.
Classic
animal?
swamp donkey, gonna turn into a moose and charge directly at Tyson.
Okay. Your move,
off.
he's
Hit him with your moose knuckle.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on
What,
in my
it's
game.
fishy.
Very disturbed. I think I'm
Don't
supposed to
tell
be
him
the one
to-
running the game, Dodge.
Don't tell him to de-exit. Just do not tell him to de-exit.
I'm just shouting from the sidelines.
It's fine. All right, so give me the 2d6 plus 2.
Okay, Google. Roll 2d6.
You rolled 2 and 4 for a total of 6.
Total of 8.
8. So I believe that's a plus 1 or plus 2 for you. You shapeshift, and standard sound effect applies. Giant swamp moose. And
Yeah.
your moves for this are going to be ram, and impervious stomach. You can eat whatever you want as long as it's not actively a blade or something. You can't be poisoned. 2 points. We're going to come back to you and see what you want to do in here. It's been a while since we've checked in with Dodge, I believe. What are you going to do, Dodge?
I'm still feeling a bit peaky from eating the slime, so I am going to gently stab the cleric with a poison dagger, and
cleric?
try and convince him to heal me. Yeah. Try and convince
You're
him
going
to
to try
heal
and
me.
parlay with one of the NPCs to help you? You're not going to ask the guy in charge to help? No, never mind. I don't know why I'm trying to talk you out of this.
I've got
okay.
I've got golden roots, so he's a trusted ally now, right?
Oh, holy shit. Are you serious? All right.
Is it?
Damn it,
I
Dodge.
don't have to ask his boss.
That's not what you said.
Killing NPCs
I'm not
with a
the most
dagger.
intelligent
There's something
person.
horrible about this. All right, Dodge. So, in this case, are you trying to do this stealthily? Like, it not be
I mean,
noticed?
I think I'm still retching. Yeah, why not? I'm kind of retching at the same time, so I don't think I can be that
Give me a
stealthy.
defy danger roll. Pick your stat. I don't care what it is. Just explain to me how you're going to do it.
Whilst retching, I'm going to use cunning. I don't know what that would be. So, like, whilst I'm
That's
retching, I'm
probably
gonna hold
wisdom,
on to the
which is
cleric
actually your
for
highest stat. You're going to try and sneak your
Oh,
way over and
perfect.
just sort of make it feel like
Yeah,
you're not dangerous. And then you're going
use
to
it for
wipe your
support
blade
as I'm
off on him.
retching. Yeah.
So while you're retching,
Well,
you're just going to
gen-
wipe your blade off that is covered in golden root on the guy, and make him your friend and steal from the wizard who's currently in the middle of a battle royale, a royal rumble. Is that it?
Sure, it's that gentle.
Sure, that's fine. Absolutely normal. It's what I experience every time I run this game. Here we go. Roll
1, 2,
D6.
3,
Go ahead.
4. I got a 4.
4,
1, 2, 6.
6, and then you add your
4 and a 2.
you get a +2 for your wisdom, but it's a -1 because you're poisoned.
But I've minus
That gives
1,
you
isn't
a
it? So I've got
7.
7.
So here's the deal. You can either get the poison off and not be noticed, but start having some of your insides turn into green slime, or you can finally fight off the green slime infection, and the guy will heal you, but everyone will know what you did. Your choice.
Brad, you could turn into green
that-
slime.
that-
Totally do it.
Yeah.
Start turning into green slime. Both of these are totally viable options, Brad. Start taking more damage and be lack of suspicion. Are you going to sell it further? Are you going to play the role?
I told him not to go to that club.
No, I'm gonna I'm gonna let everybody know.
You're going to let everyone know? All right, you have the cleric.
They,
You are free of the green slime poisoning, and you are no longer damaged. But everybody knows that you used some sort of goo on your blade to charm the guy.
I'm going to tell them all that I am not evil, and they have to believe me.
So that's if they try and check your alignment. That doesn't mean they have to forget what you're doing, Dodge. Good people do things. Never mind. I'm not going to explain morality to Dodge at this point. Back to Strotmath. We're going to go back to plain, understandable violence. What are you doing, sir?
Well, so I killed the robot there. So who's left up to?
You're in the room. You're in the ring by yourself. You're king of the ring.
Oh yeah. Step into a Strotmath.
I'm never going to finish this adventure at this rate.
Hell yeah, brother.
What do you do, Strotman? I got 52 minutes.
I guess I jump.
What's Strotman?
Probably jump out. Probably, wade into the fray. You got 2 guys up, right?
Yeah, that's right. We haven't gotten to Frank yet either.
Oh, you want to go to Frank?
What are you doing, buddy? Strotmath?
So I'm gonna let's see. You got 2 guys down. I don't know. I'm just gonna pick one and just swing at him. Okay. Well, I'm in the ring, right? So I got to run out.
That's right.
So I guess I'm gonna run towards. Yeah, I'll climb out and run towards everything.
Okay. So you're gonna climb out and run towards the battle, and you're gonna pick one. I need you to go for high-voiced guy that is attempting to chew off Daelwyn's ear, or the other guy who's silent and is.
I'm gonna go for the other guy, the monk dude.
Okay. All right. So roll 2d6. Are you adding your buddy to the roll?
No.
No. Okay. Straight roll. Here we go.
I don't need him.
Should have said that after you rolled the dice.
Oh. Okay.
What you got?
Did you roll?
That's right. It's my job. Never mind.
Yeah, you roll for me. Yeah.
Well, I'm clearly off my game today. So.
I'm waiting for Strotmath to do like a suicide plancha over the top rope.
There we go. I think strength is your highest stat, so we'll add 2. All right, so it's a total of 8. You hit him with your axe, doing a fair amount of damage.
D4 on it?
I need. It's actually it's just D10 in this case, plus a D4, because you took Merciless as your upgrade, which is a straight. And here's what it sounds like when you hit him. And now I have to roll damage. Let's see here. And that's going to be... Let's see if Avery can handle it. Total is 3, a 2 and a 1. It's not bad. You do ding him a little bit. He is going to swing back at you, however.
Oh, no.
Yep, he jumps up in the air and starts doing a spinning bicycle kick. And
I see I'm fighting Luke Lang. That's good.
you know what? I'm going to make this simple. Hey, Google, roll 1d8.
You rolled 7.
Hits you for 7. Your armor, which you saved by taking that 1 point, saves you another point, and you go down 6 points. There is a... and the leg deploys like a pile driver, power assisted, and slams you backwards. Oof. At your option, you can use your defender at level 6 to negate the damage.
Yes.
We'll go down to armor 5. Boop. He jumps in front of him, and there's another clang. Frank, you and Rick have been off to the side. I'll give you 2 actions if you want.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I
While this is
am
going
going.
on?
Yeah, I'm going to tell Rick to attack the monk robot, and then I'm going to fire an arrow at him at the same time. So I'll add his ferocity to my damage if I hit.
Okay, go ahead.
So that's.
Are you doing a
9
called shot, or
plus
are you just
2.
doing a straight shot? Straight attack.
Just a straight shot. So 11.
Okay. So volley, and that's a massive hit. No minuses. And that sounds pretty good from your perspective. So you get to, what is that with their, your damage, I believe, is a D8?
Yeah, so that's going to be a 6 plus 2 for Rick's damage. So 8 total.
8 damage? All right, that sounds like this. So the arrows go in. There's a second where the big guy is just standing there. Okay. And then all you hear is this. Do-do-do. Fittingly, Liu Kang goes down in lightning. And that leaves us with one more action if you want. I've skipped you for 2 rounds, so if you want to go in now, there is the high-voiced guy who apparently has a fetishes for elven ears. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll shoot an arrow at that guy and have Rick redirected to attack him with me.
All right, go ahead.
So that is going to be a 6 plus 2, so 8.
8? All right, pick one. You get do less damage, you exhaust one of your units of ammunition, or you're put in a difficult position.
I'll burn a unit of ammo.
Okay, unit of ammo done. Roll your damage.
That is going to be 5 total, counting
5.
Rick.
Counting Rick. That is quite good. Again, the whole thing goes off, and you hear the sound effect again.
Man, Frank's a machine.
I like to come in for the death blows, you know.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Just kind of bop up at the end.
I had it covered.
Frank looks at the rest of the group, especially Dodge. Really? Took you this long? And goes back to eating birdseed. You're in a room that's been cleared, ladies and gentlemen. There are skeletons all around and wreckage, tattered clothing, and debris. What do you guys do?
I rub my ears.
Loot it.
Yep, still there.
Looting.
Anything?
Is there anything lootable?
Anything worth loot? Yeah.
I mean, there's trash everywhere. You guys haven't really looked at any of the rooms so far. Surprisingly, actually, for a gaming group.
Hey, Dodge, you're a dirty thief. Go see if there's anything worth looting.
I'm already on it, buddy. I'm shifting through, looking for gold teeth, rings on bony
Gold
fingers.
Teeth.
He's a dirty
All
liar
right.
too.
All right, so
I've
Dodge,
got my
what I want you
dagger
to do
out.
is that's fine. roll 2d6 for me. You and your now 3 followers. The cleric is obviously following him. So Ray, you're down a cleric.
So
You
Okay.
took the good one.
3. A 3.
You still have one really
and
good follower
a
left. That's good.
1, 2.
He's the worst.
I've got a 6. I got a 6, Matt.
You got a 6 total.
Yeah.
Is that including your +2 to wisdom?
Is it a wisdom? Is it? No, then that's 8. Then.
Yes, it's wisdom based, so you get an 8.
Awesome.
Let me get. Okay, so let me get this here. All right, so you get to ask one question. What happened here recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be. If you were looking for something to loot, it would be what here is useful or valuable to me.
Indeed. Yeah, I'll use that one, please.
Okay. You.
And say, I hope you didn't choose what happened here recently, because I think that can be summarized.
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, what
So
about, what's about to- I
Dodge
was
is
thinking about
wandering
what's about to happen.
around. That's right. And you get, first of all, you get about 3,000 gold or coins worth of various gems and weird crystally objects. There's one thing, it has a bunch of wires and tubes attached to it. It has a huge crystal at one end and a slot on the top. There are another couple things that look like they look like they're made of horn or some sort of weird polished wood material. And they have more of those like cylinders and square pieces that are lit up. You get a couple coin-shaped things. All the bigger objects have like these slots in them. There's a belt, and you find a gray and an orange little square of luminescent glass, it looks like. Meanwhile, as you're doing in this, Ray's one remaining follower keeps doing his thing. And there's not much Ray can do about it because he's still in the swamp.
It's beautiful,
The
man.
moment he starts
I've got a
playing
tear in my
Druid
eye.
again, I start like looking for another door to go through. I'm like, I can't be in this room. This is I can't deal with this.
All right, Dodge, what are you guys gonna do? You guys have a bunch of stuff here. You have a couple of random items that you really don't know what they do. You have some what looks like some colored glass of some sort of tempered material you've never seen before, and you've got some gems and other stuff.
Awesome. Do the coin things look like they'll fit in this? Does anything look like it would fit in the slot?
The coin things all look like they'll fit in these slots.
What do the things that they fit into look like?
So there's a lot of different items. There's a belt that is a slot on a box that's attached to it. There's another thing. Looks like a bunch of tubes, and it has a crystal at one end. And then it's got like a half circle with what looks like maybe a broken off piece on it. It's got a slot on the back, and up the top, it's got like these little these three sort of nubs coming up the top of a tube. You've got another thing that looks like a weird sort of it looks like a box, and it's got a bunch of those quasi lit like little squares, and then it's got like some lines across the top where it's been raised. It has like this little springy thing up top. It's kind of tough to figure out what all of it is.
I'm going to keep the belt and put it on and hand the other stuff out to the other guys.
Okay.
If anybody wants one.
Just for you guys' records, you have 8 of the little cylinder things. Okay.
Is that the things that go in the slots, right?
I can neither confirm nor deny. They are small enough that they could fit in there.
Cool. Alrighty.
Dodge, are you going to put one of the things in the slots?
I am. I'm going to put it in the
We'll
belt
come
that I'm
back
wearing.
to you, and we will tell you what happens when you do in a second.
Woohoo!
Daelwyn, what are you doing?
I'm staring at Dodge and looking over to the flute player, and I'm going to try to charm the flute player to go right up to Dodge and keep playing just for him.
Are you going to cast Charm Person, or are you trying to do...
Yes. Yeah, charm
okay,
person.
you're casting the magic? All right.
Yeah.
Cast that spell. Roll your magic. Are you using your adept for this?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've said I've enjoyed it from the start.
Oh, but I'm getting to play like
But
a
we
soul
came
that's
into the first-
absolutely horrible.
He wants to set the mood for when you're putting it in the slot, Dodge.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Fair enough.
That was not the laughter I wanted out of that dodge.
11.
What do you got?
11.
Well, that's a perfect roll. So here's your sound effect. So, Ray, I'm very sorry you're out of followers.
Fuck you guys.
Good news. He stole your. He stole your. He stole your. I can't even say it. He stole your minstrel and follow Dodge. So Dodge by proxy has 4.
Oh, God damn. I'm a fucking moose and I've got no followers.
Well, smell, you know.
And he goes around.
Can we subtitle this one where Ray loses all his friends?
Family, that's the worst part.
The one where Ray loses his friends.
And the little guy is going back behind, making little music noises. Do do do, do 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 do, do 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 do, do do do, do do do, do 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 do. And wherever he goes.
I gotta reach out really quick. Someone just wrote in, "Nobody loves Ray." That's your new shit.
Oh no!
Nobody loves Raymond.
Oh, that's cold. All right. So guys,
Ray of Frost right
anyone else
here.
doing anything before Dodge puts a random item in a slot and he doesn't know what happens?
No.
That's what she said.
Frank's just watching. He's like, all right, let's see where this goes.
I get
This
behind
is
baby.
performance art. This is like guerrilla theater at this point.
None of us can talk to animals, right?
I can't actually.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
So can the moose.
Oh no, I'm talking about. I'm talking about talking to Frank. So.
All right.
No idea what he's saying.
Let's see here. All right, so Dodge, you drop it in, and you hear the sound.
It's a good sound.
And slowly,
Tingly.
Dodge begins rising off the floor. Hovers in midair. What do you guys do?
Indeed. Applaud! Applaud me! I'm flying. I'm not even magic.
The bard from behind you goes, "Yay!"
I think
Good
he's
lad.
lying again.
I expect
what I saw
Rick
you.
to react to this somehow.
The flying Belvedere.
I looked
Rick,
to the
fly like
bard
you.
like, can you play that one song I heard called "I Believe I Can Fly"?
Not a dirt I don't know. Dodge can touch the sky.
Yeah, I can. Hey, Rick.
So Dodge, you're
join my
stuck at
group?
the roof. Lasts about maybe another minute, and then there's this fizzing sound from your belt. At this point, You're very familiar with it, guys. And
So that's 2 people with broken uvulas.
I rub
Is
my
that what it is
chin.
that hurts?
The DM is a douche.
I rub my chin. What goes up must come down.
God.
Ain't that right, baby?
all right, guys. What are you gonna do? You're stuck in a room.
Oh,
You've cleared it. You've got 33 minutes left in this session. Where are you headed? Slythe is cowering in a drunken stupor, hoping that you're going to erase the bad memories for him.
Where is all the licking? I haven't got licked the first time.
Yeah, are there other doors that we can go through in this room?
I'm gonna have to put another content warning on this thing before it goes on YouTube. There are lots of doors you guys have seen. Most of them have little colored lights above them. What are you guys gonna do?
Yes, pick one.
what
Random.
colours are the lights?
I'll find a blue one because I like the color blue and try and open it.
The lights are orange, blue, and brown. Well, nope. Keep going. What are you gonna do?
Then I'll move to a brown one. Open a brown one. See what happens.
I'm gonna head. Can I head to an orange one and put the piece of glass up to it?
Sure. Which one are you going to? You've passed a lot of them. They've been all over the place. Where are you going?
One with an orange light.
Right, but so there
with an orange light
you've seen 2. There's one back in the main area where you came down from the tube, and there was one up in the hallway up over the tube when you first came into this place.
Guys, yeah. Effort, or do I have to do everything?
I am surprised you have the balls to ask that question.
You've got 4 fucking helpers, you prick. You do it yourself.
All right.
I just want to see if you
Your
can
burglar at this
rise-
point has lost his morale and is at the back of the group. Your burglar is following following the moose.
I just want to see if you can rise to the occasion again.
Congratulations, you've got a new follower, Ray. It
I will
still
go to the
leaves
closest orange door.
Okay. The one down here. All right. You raise it up.
Yeah.
And door opens. Let me just make a slight change
Brent,
here.
you're up. See if there's any traps ahead, please.
Who are you trying to get to do this?
Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron's following Ray now.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Remember when you told him to go in and deal with fire and other problems that weren't actually traps?
Fine. Where's the cleric? No, I'll go through. I'll go through the door. I look around for him, can't find him.
You can ask.
I
your
go
cleric
through
if
the
you
door.
like.
No, it's
You
all
going
right.
through the
He
door?
healed me. I'm not that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm checking around, looking for traps and stuff. Having a little peek through the door
You guys
before
gonna
I
watch
go.
this happen, or what's going on?
Absolutely.
Come on, guys, back up. We're a team, remember? We're all still here. We're all still in one group.
Team.
Can I get the bard to play something dramatic now, like da 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 da?
No, because he's following me. He's got to be quiet.
Yep. So the bard plays this. Did we go? Here we go. Yep.
Sneaky.
I think he's improved.
Perfect.
Great touch. You guys open it, and there is a beautifully kept garden area. Jungle trees of various colors and types line pathways. Far off in the distance, below a cropped and well-kept grove, you see the expanse of what appears to be a lake. This room looks more like another world that you've encountered. It's a huge space. It's the biggest indoor space that you've ever seen. The walls have been textured so that they're non-reflective. The smell of plant growth and the sounds of animals rustling and of pollen radiate above. You can hear the sounds of the frogs chirping in the background. It's a bright open space. And in the center of the far-off lake, you can see an island. What do you guys do?
To the island.
Okay.
Let's go look.
All right. So the whole group is going in here? Just want to be 100% clear on this one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all going in.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Excellent. That's what I want to hear. As soon as you guys step through the door, and it closes.
Fuck, I thought we'd hit a trap.
All right, so you find yourselves wandering around. There's a big open space. You guys walk through. There are many plants off to the side. There's a couple of palm trees with these gorgeous-looking multicolored fruit at the top. They're pretty thin, but the fruit looks very large. You can hear creatures moving around inside the jungle off to the side. What is that, and where did it come from? All right. Apparently my sound effects are much better than I thought they were. Good to know. So going through here, like I said, you see a lot of that. There is off to one side in its own special area a sort of leprous-looking yellow and green plant. It's very large, and it's just sort of standing by itself in the middle of this gorgeously, elegantly placed plaza, in its own like large terracotta bowl full of dirt. And you have to go by that in order to get to the lake. What do you guys do?
Hey, didn't
Forward.
they mention this plant? That little guy mentioned that earlier. That ate the one person. I would be careful with this, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray. I appreciate your contribution.
He did.
We got it. Let's start making our way around it.
Oh, hey.
So it's off in its own little plaza. You don't have to actually go up to it if you don't want to. You can just go right by the plaza. Okay.
Oh, I have Cameron, right?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna nudge him with my head to push him in the direction of the plant. I want to see what happens.
What? What's that, Ray? What do you want me to do? You want me to go in the plaza? And, do you want me to walk around the very edges and stay away from the plant? That's a no. All right. You want me to step in to see if the first thing is a trap? Okay. He steps in, no trap, steps back.
And now
I think
carry
he's
on.
got gas.
I mean, I did what you asked me to.
I'll join everyone else.
Did they
Carry
grab-
on.
What?
Do
Don't be
we-
like that, Ray. Come on.
Do we
Don't-
know the
Don't send me
name?
back to Dodge. Don't do it.
Do we know the name of the other one that was eaten?
Hey, Ray.
I can't remember her name.
Ray. Do you want to do a swapsies? Fancy doing a swapsies? Yes. You want your cleric back? No.
Try 2 stomps for
Is that- you
no
said-
and 1 stomp for yes.
Yeah.
He looks angry with Daelwyn for using logic after this much
Yeah,
time.
and the and burglar Dodge's former burglar is like, no, I'm not going to him. No way. Nope, no swapsies.
Boy for sale.
This is not in my contract.
If you're good, there's a club I can take you to.
That's a threat. You know, anything after this is self-defense. I hope you know that. All right, guys, need to know where you're going. You're going straight to the lake? Okay. All right, so you guys zip across. The lake itself has a couple of terraced soaring bridges of what looks like it's this weird, it's not really stone. And Strotmath, from your experience, you know stone pretty well.
I do.
This doesn't look like stone. It looks like someone formed it using shape stone, but it doesn't look like stone material. I mean, it is kind of stone-like, and it appears to have stone in it. It's very strange. There are a couple of these, and they lead to the center. You guys gonna cross?
Eh? What do you guys think?
Is it safe stone?
Appears to be very solid. One of them even has a bunch of footprints going back and forth along it.
Oh.
It looks like it's soft stone.
It looks pretty solid, actually. I mean,
Okay.
it's like it's got scuffing and like marks from like detritus and stuff on it.
Gotcha.
There's nothing like imprint in it.
Daelwyn gets the shield, gets
they're
Bebe to
running.
go in front of him, and he walks.
All right. Nothing happens. You guys make it across, no problem. And you make it close to the island. It's a beautiful terraced island. It's got benches everywhere, small groves of plants. There is a central, what looks like a gazebo, and in the middle of it is sort of a downward sloping ramp, as if someone made a wheelchair accessible downward spiral helix into the ground. And there are footprints that go up and down in it.
Didn't he say something about going down, and eyes and? What the heck? Let's go. He tells the shield to go in front of him. Let's go, baby.
Okay. So what you guys are looking for? Give me just one. There we go. That's what I want. Bear with me here for just 1 second. So you guys take a step down, and so most of what you've seen lately has been these kind of places where, I don't know, you've picked up 3,000 coins worth of gear and random items which you can't really identify. I mean, even the belt that Dodge picked up, like if the rest of those coins work out, it's basically short-term levitation, which is pretty awesome. So you start going in, and this place though is really clean. There are no skeletons. There's no detritus on the ground. You can hear water outside. You start walking down, and there are these little lights that light up the area. There are glass, sort of big sheets of this transparent material, and outside you can look into the lagoon, into the underwater section of the lake. And you see fish going by, turtles. There are these animate plants that are brightly colored that give off their own light. It's really beautiful. You guys have really never seen this sort of environment before, and the spiral keeps going down and down. And basically, you can get a three-dimensional view in a time-lapse scenario by walking around in circles as the glass, other than the sections that are supporting the edge of the spiral, which form the edge of the frame essentially for the glass. You're in a big tube that spirals down around the place that you're walking. and it takes you a little bit to go down, but it's lit. There's obviously very low track lighting inside and outside, so normally this deep underwater you wouldn't be able to see anything, but there's a little bit of light. You reach the bottom, and it's pretty dark down here. You can't see outside the glass. It's a room. The floor is soft. It has the most wondrous carpet you've ever felt. There are a couple of what you would think are they seem to be like couches or chairs, softest leather you've ever seen. There's off to one side, there's what appears to be a bar, and it's very obviously a bar. And there's some light, low-grade light, but the area you can see off to 3 of the 4 sides, but the one side appears to be blocked or something, and there's no light coming through that edge. What do you guys do?
Where's all the licking that he talked about?
I
mean-
know.
Personally, I don't really mind that we've avoided the licking so far, so let's not wish it upon ourselves.
But, well, yeah, that's you. I didn't mean that I wanted to be licked.
I feel like you've been looking for the licking. I'm trying to avoid the licking.
Hey, baby. And he points over to Frank. Take care of him.
So what you guys doing? Sitting down here. It's a nice place.
I'm gonna have a look around to see what I can discern about the place, please.
Okay. Discern realities from dodge. Let me give me a 2d6 roll.
That's a 1. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Does that include your +2?
No, 5, 6, 7. Ah, cool.
7. All right. So you get to ask one of these questions. Choose wisely. What happened to you recently? What is about to happen? What should I be on the lookout for? What here is useful or valuable to me? Who's really in control here? What here is not what it appears to be.
I think we're going to find out what's about to happen anyway. What was the last one again, please, Matt?
What here is not what it appears to be.
I'll go for that one, I think.
Okay. So Dodge starts walking around. The rest of you are as well. I'm sure Strotmath sits in the comfy chair for a second. It's good.
Oh, I sure do.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's great.
I like the bar. It looks pretty good.
It's the softest leather you've ever felt. Perfectly proportioned. There are some sort of soft yet springy resistance that underneath the pillows that provide the perfect level of comfort. It's even long enough and wide enough that you can lie down in it in full armor, and it's not one of those things where if you lie down sideways on some of those resting couches where you're forced to turn on your side if you want to stay comfortable. It is perfect. Dodge wanders around, is looking at the pretty fish, and he notices a couple of marks on the carpet. Follows them behind the bar. First thing he notices is there's a skeleton slumped underneath the bar. It's got a sort of weird combination of a tube and some of that like horn stuff and that fabric. It's got a crystal at the end of the tube. It's got some bumps on it. It's got a slot in the back and one of those broken levers inside a U shape. And it's sort of pointed at itself. And then it's got also what appears to be a gray and one of those gray sort of like clear plastic glass things. So he's looking at this. And he looks over at the glass behind him, and like it's floor to ceiling behind the bar. It's clearly meant to be a backdrop. And as he goes up, he goes tink tink, tink tink against the glass. You can hear it here. It sounds like this. And he looks at where his finger's doing, and at first he thinks that he's starting to break the glass. You realize that there are very fine shadow marks in the glass itself. And then the darkness on the far side of the glass begins to move. And I want to make sure looking at it, it turns out that the darkness is very slowly undulating, as if something that has been asleep for a long time is beginning to wake. Small green, red, and blue eyes begin to open in what you now recognize as some sort of giant creature on the far side of the glass. In the far side where the water is, there's movement. It begins to stretch. And the rest of you, at this point, see a huge displacement of water as some dark, immense shape on the wall that Dodge is in front of expands and stretches to the point where it can be seen through the side walls as well, and turns itself around, displacing a huge amount of water, and comes up to the window and looks in. If you ever seen pictures or videos of people who go in a cage in the middle of a great white shark zone, and the sharks come right up to the cage, feels very similar to this. What you're looking at is a giant mouth. It appears to be the head of a huge frog. On the top of its head are two giant eyes, probably 18 inches in diameter. The length of a creature, it's probably 300 feet long, is back in the lake. And it opens a mouth, and out of it, slowly, as it looks at Dodge, comes a huge tongue. At first, this is really terrible, but there's something about it. You can see eyes on the tongue itself, opening and closing. And it slowly moves the tongue up and down, licking over the glass and looking at Dodge with each slow, surreptitious lick. And the lights in its eyes begin to glow more and more and more. And you can hear it.
Like this club, guys.
So, we haven't heard from Ray in a while. Ray?
Yeah.
Dodge has found a bar, a skeleton, and a monster. It's slowly licking the glass and looking at all of you, and appears to be becoming more and more interested. What do you do?
It's like it's a hypnotoad. Ray's gonna finally turn back into a halfling, just like maybe vomit.
Bends all the hold? Okay.
Yeah, maybe vomit as he falls onto all fours, and then he'll come over as he cleans himself off, and he'll ask Dodge, should we try to communicate with it?
I don't think I can. No.
I'll try to speak with animals. Yeah,
I mean,
me and Frank can.
Okay. So you recognize this as a elder, what's called generally a frogomyth. It's an evolved creature that it's typically an offshoot of a frog that's experienced gigantism and typically warps into its environment. You quest out with your speech, and you hear. What do you say to it, Ray? What do you say to the 300-foot frog that seems to be interested in you and is slowly licking, very sensuously, the glass in front of you as it seems to be building up enough energy to do something about its interest?
I'll say, "Oh, great elder, what is your desire?" Did he say food?
Sleep.
So, Matt, he said, "Feed me." Is that right?
He said food, mate, and sleep.
Okay. Don't want to do any of those.
And not. And from your personal experience, animals tend to be very literal, so he probably means in that order.
Yeah. Ray, I'll assume like Frank maybe understood as well. Rick and Frank, so yeah, Ray will look to Dodge and say, "Okay, we need to get out of here right away," and look over to see if Frank recognized what was said as well.
Good.
Is Ray, are you conveying this to us so that we know what's going on?
Yeah, like I'm telling Dodge, like, yeah, we need to get out of here right away. Frank, I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, he wants to eat and and sleep.
Can you distract it? Could you distract it by trying to, wink, wink, nudge, nudge? I'll have us look for some food under this bar if there's any fish food or frog food or whatever.
Food.
Get the minstrel to distract him. He did some striptease classes at the theater school.
Perfect. Minstrel, you're up.
Yeah, let's start moving, y'all. I'm just gonna start moving.
Yeah, Daelwyn is like probably leading the group out of here. He's even left Bebe behind.
So you, so the rest of you guys are leaving. The creature, from Ray's perspective, you can hear it now that he's made some sort of like vocal connection with it. Ooh, as if it's getting away. You can see it's getting very agitated. It's probably about to do something drastic. What do you guys do as you're starting to exit? Ooh, no.
We don't have any food.
Food, go.
Maybe we get a robot.
What you can do?
It would be feedable to it, or symbols. I mean, I'm assuming this is
I think we're feedable to it.
an aquarium of some sort.
You gotta
It's
get
a pet for somebody to sit down and watch it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be some buttons to get some entertainment from watching it feed by pressing a button.
Dodge is clever. He does have the wisdom. Wow.
So, am I correct in saying this is kind of like Jurassic Park? Dodge is going to attempt to find the button that drops the cow into the Tyrannosaurus pen?
Brings up the goat.
Sorry, Ray.
Cow or the minstrel goat.
Oh no!
You're going to try and feed the minstrel to the frog?
If we can't find the cow meat.
I mean, so there are a bunch of buttons behind the bar. And there's another door that you guys haven't gone through off to one side. I don't know what you guys want to do, but you can give it a shot.
Let's press the buttons.
Yeah,
man, I got
definitely hit the buttons.
All right, this is going to be definitely a defy danger roll for whoever is doing this.
Man, I got a question.
Minstrel.
Yeah, I have lots of questions. What do you got?
With the spirit thing that I can summon, it says I have to name the spirit. Do I have to know the spirit's name, or can I point at the skeleton?
You don't have to know the name. You can name it. You can also just summon one.
Okay, I want to try to summon the spirit that belongs to that skeleton to see if he can tell us where the food is.
All right, give me 2d6 roll.
Oh hell yeah! Is there going to be like a 300-foot flashlight for the toads?
Neither confirm nor deny. Need to hear what the roll is first.
Toad.
Also, how much?
13.
So that's a massive success.
Nice.
Get one question there, Daelwyn. What's the question?
Where is the food to feed that? And he points to the frog thing.
Okay. So the spirit points to the other door that you guys haven't seen. There's a little wheel over top of it and a button, and it's got a It's got an orange light over the top.
He says the food is over there.
There's also a weird sort of rod coming out of the door as well. If door it is.
And he says this so everybody can hear it, right?
No, just you. You're the one.
Okay, well, I convey it to the rest of the group.
Okay.
I hand you the orange key card.
Okay.
Plastic glass. It's glass. You're up, buddy.
I look over to baby. Hey, baby, go swipe the plastic.
Yeah. All right, you hear the sound? Door opens and there's a big space. It's sort of bell-shaped, and there's a door on the other side. It doesn't look like there's a lever or a bar or something on this side as well. And your defender steps in. And as soon as he does, you hear this sound. And he appears to be stuck inside with the orange card. What do you guys do?
Feed him to the frog.
Yep. Well, yeah, that sucks for him.
Is it like a glass door?
No, it's solid steel or some sort of metal.
I wanted to wave bye to him.
I mean, there's glass outside. If you think that's going to be the chain of events that's going to happen, you'll have a chance.
I knock on the door. Bye, baby.
Leave your back. Run!
Yeah.
Run! Run! The Duke is gonna be pissed. My family.
Hashtag not my problem. And ain't there a lever there?
Frank is gonna run to the glass to see what happens outside.
Can the minstrel play Bye Bye Baby on the...
Yeah.
All right, so what you hear on the other side of the door is this.
He just got flushed.
And
Well-
the minstrel starts playing.
Don't go chase the waterfalls.
We're all assuming here that this is the food and not the mason. Let's hope that it's the food.
The Frogamoth
Right.
and starts swimming around and begins chasing the blub 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 blub. The shield guy is there. You guys have the option of escaping the area at this place if you wish to do so and leaving.
Daelwyn is gone. He salutes him and then runs.
Frank and Rick are sprinting out.
Sure, we don't need rate to shape change.
All right.
Are you sure we don't need rate to shape change?
I just imagine
into a
Daelwyn
frog.
with the Austin Powers. I salute you.
Hey, he owed me like 10 gold pieces. Well, it's okay.
All right, folks. We're going to say, for the sake of argument, that you guys made it back at this point because no one wants to fight a 300-foot monster, and you can probably get better resources to deal with this here problem. And at that point, you can return, and the Halfling village throws you a party, and it sounds kind of like this, which is a lot like the ending music for this session. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to Blind Dungeon 2 Extended Dungeoning. This is Blind Fury, your GM, and remember, if you can, take a look at stackup.org, and everyone can. I'm going to lower the volume so some other people here can take part and sign off for the day. Ahem. Hey, Hydra. Come on.
Roll me 2d6 then, Matt.
Yeah, this is my kind of day. All you guys. This is not my plan. This is why I don't make plans. This is why I don't put too much stock in what players are going to do.
I love it when the plan comes together.
I would love it if a plan came together. All right, volume's down. Hey, Richard/Daelwyn, you got anything you want people to know before we quit for the day?
Yeah, y'all be sure to check out Knights of the Braille on Twitter at RelitKnight. On the website www.knightsofthebraille.com, and be sure to check us out and join in the game, run a game. Doesn't matter to me. Thank you, Matt, for running the game for us. It was a blast as always. And to end it, Daelwyn salutes the shield. He died valiantly.
So Jim edited the intro and content warning, which was clearly I needed to put a stronger content warning in front of this game. But he requested experience instead of cookies or of homemade beef jerky, and he gets a level on the next game that we run, provided this happens next year. Jim, signing off. What you got?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm Jim. Thanks so much for running this, Matt. Thanks to the group. Everyone here was great. Yeah, go and check out the charities and go and check out knightsofthebraille.com. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks very much. And let's see, we've got Liam Strotmath, the the golden belt winner of the squared circle. What do you got to say?
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be here. Thanks to everyone who made this possible. Big thanks to Everyone Games. I am on Twitter, Liam Erven, Liamerven. Also on YouTube and Twitch at the same handles. And I do a lot of video-centric stuff, and would love to see you pop by. I do a lot of Jackbox on Twitch and a lot of other various things on YouTube. So, hey, Jackbox Party Pack 9 coming out soon. So come play when that drops.
All right. And when that happens, go see Liam. Frank/Paul/Rick, what do you have to say on your behalf today?
Yeah, appreciate all y'all. Thanks to the whole group. Ton of fun, as always, same as last year. And don't forget to donate and come back next year to see more adventures of Frank and Rick, because you can't get rid of them. They're always coming back.
And now we are left with Dodge, the man who seems to collect people randomly, despite the fact that he fails and succeeds in equal measure. Brett, what do you got to say? You green slime.
Yeah.
You.
Thank you very much, everyone. This whole endeavor has been absolutely awesome, and I hope it continues. Matt, thank you very much. And you guys for playing, everyone for listening, and yeah, find me on the Discord, Blind Brad, and say hello. Great to meet you.
Hey, this is Blind Fury. My glass is empty. The game is over, and you guys have another session to watch. Thanks very much for listening to Knights of the Braille and Everyone Games 2022 convention. Thanks very much. Have a great day.